It just makes you wonder what might be special that we're going to see out of Riley Johnson tonight.
We are just a couple of minutes away from first pitch, ECU and Coastal Carolina in the Conway Regional Final. First pitch coming up next on the ECU Sports Network.
If you haven't been to Shaw's Barbecue in Williamston lately, you don't know what you're missing. Start the day off right with one of their sausage dogs, old-fashioned cheese biscuits, or any combination of breakfast sandwiches you can think of. For lunch or dinner, get crispy fried chicken, fresh seafood, or, of course, barbecue. You can get pulled, chopped, sliced, even G-Man chopped barbecue. What's G-Man chopped barbecue? Head to Shaw's and ask them. Shaw's Barbecue, West Boulevard in Williamston. Open daily except Sunday.
Getting back to your best starts with better orthopedic and sports medicine care at ECU Health.
I'm back on the court after my knee surgery. My legs are strong, and so is my game.
Here, you've got the support of an entire team of highly trained surgeons, backed by the most advanced technologies and robotic surgeries.
My surgeon and I made a plan for my hip replacement. Now, I'm back in the pool.
We're bringing our best so you can perform your best. Learn more at ecuhealth.org/ortho.
Hey Pirate Nation, exciting news! The Hook and Hand program brings you the official hand soap and hand sanitizer of ECU. Keep your hands clean and germ-free with the same top quality products trusted by the Pirates, all while supporting ECU athletes. Every purchase contributes to the ECU NIL Team Boneyard, directly benefiting our athletic teams and programs. Look for the hand soap and sanitizer dispensers with the Jolly Roger at ECU athletic events, and you'll be using Hook and Hand products and showing your support for ECU athletes.
Do you have a wedding anniversary coming up? Don't just mark the day. Make it unforgettable with Bailey's Fine Jewelry. Shop their exquisite selection of designer jewelry or consider upgrading your original engagement ring with the diamond she really deserves. Whether this is the 1st or the 31st anniversary, celebrate your love with something special wrapped in a black and white striped box from Bailey's. Voted best jeweler from the Triangle to the Coast. Every woman wants a Bailey box. Visit us today in store or at baileybox.com.
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Brown & Wood's award-winning service department is open Monday through Friday. And don't forget, we have free pickup and drop-off. Every customer, when you come in for service, heavy repair, maintenance, it doesn't matter. You get a free car wash, dry, and vacuum. We've also got Tom Brown's favorite tagline, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
For ECU Baseball.
This is the East Carolina Sports Network. The first pitch is only moments away. Now, here's the voice of ECU Baseball, Dylan Johnson.
Welcome into Springs Brooks Stadium once again, Pirate Nation, as we get to play 2 today. Dylan Johnson and Mike Mullis here with you. Philip Pilkington producing for us, as East Carolina has made it to a 6th consecutive regional final championship game here in the Conway NCAA Regional. After a 4-0 run through Clearwater to win a conference tournament, the Pirates have defeated Florida twice to knock out the Gators and set up a rematch here with the Chanticleers after an 18-7 loss last night. ECU gets another shot at them with a chance to force a winner-take-all Game 7 tomorrow afternoon. Burris steps in the box to lead things off. Riley Eichhoff on the mound for Coastal Carolina. And we are underway. Burris fouls the first pitch back into the net. It's 0-1.
Hey, already a little different look for the Pirates other than the gold tops, but a swing on the first pitch instead of an attempted bunt for Riley Johnson.
Sure, he'd done that just about every game.
Yeah, I think every game since we've been here. Last month we got here.
It feels like it, doesn't it? Swing and a miss by Burris. It's 0-2.
And I said Riley Johnson. I'm sorry. He's on my mind for re-entering himself into the lineup. But Braden Burris in the leadoff spot. He's laid down a bunt or attempted a bunt. Matter of fact, it was a big deal in that first game against Florida. He gets on and creates a little havoc there, but goes with the little more offensive approach against Eichhoff.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Burris on 3 pitches for out number 1.
And that's what you're going to get out of Eichhoff. He'll set you up. kind of dangles the bait and then comes back with the breaking ball. And when he's got all of it working, he's really good. Again, nothing really overpowering, but just dynamic control and a dude that true high pitch ability. He's done it since he's been here.
To your point, strikeout number 59 in just under 74 innings pitched this year. So not some of the blow-away numbers we've seen this weekend. Jack Herring's at the left side of the plate. He takes a look at a fastball called strike on the outside. It's 0-1. Herring, the switch-hitting outfielder, comes up 1 out, nobody on base. The 0-1 chopped high to Thorndike over at first, who fields it and steps on the bag for a quick out number 2.
Yeah, Thorndike, who was a big source of the angst for the Pirates last night. Grand slam, another home run, comes into the regional with 1 home run on the season. He's had 3, 1 the night before and 2 last night. So Thorndike already getting involved in the game.
5 pitches for Eichhoff to set down the first 2 Pirates. Dixon Williams comes up to the plate. 2 down, nobody on. Scoreless in the top of the first inning. First pitch fastball misses in. Williams is ahead 1-0. 91 from Eichhoff, sitting there in the low 90s with his fastball. Williams was 0 for 3 earlier today against Florida. Did have a walk and a hit by pitch to get on base. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball inside that nearly hits him. It's 2-0.
Dixon already hit by 1 pitch today. He had 1 lower leg, top of the foot kind of deal in the first game this afternoon.
And still Coastal, same approach that Florida had. Dixon Williams gets a lot of inside pitches. 2-0. He hits one on a line, base hit into right field, and the Pirates get a 2-out single here in inning number 1.
Dixon's had a really solid regional. It kind of blends into the background with some of the stuff that Irby's done, and then the pitching performance that you get from going back to Norby and the pitching performances today. But like in today's game earlier, he didn't have any hits, but he was on base, 2 or 3 times. So he's found a way to continue to contribute, be a big part of what's happening here in Conway.
Now with 2 outs, Williams at first. Here's Big John Collins, who needs a little bit of a redemption game of his own at the plate. First pitch, fastball called strike. It's 0-1. Collins in that first game against Florida today, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, and none, unfortunately, for the Pirates, none really competitive at-bats. 0-1 count, Williams is at first. The pitch fouled off by Collins. It's 0-2.
That's the deal with Eichhoff, too. You can't wait him out. The fake bunt in an effort to draw a ball, just not going to work with him. He is the epitome of a strike thrower. Truly pounds his own.
And just 7 walks all year long in 70-plus. 0-2, hard grounder over to short. Dooley from the hole throws Collins out for out number 3. Dixon gets a 2-out single, but that's it for the Pirates in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of inning number 1 as Brad Zayak takes the ball for the Pirates on the ECU Sports Network.
Glenn, what's better than getting a new Nissan from Greenville Nissan?
How about getting a new Nissan with no monthly payments till 2026?
You heard that right. No monthly car payments for the rest of 2025. Also, now is the time to discover the all-new 2025 Nissan Murano and Armada. Luxury, style, and performance.
Need something fuel-efficient? Versa, Sentra, new kicks, or the Rogue, all starting under $30,000. Come to Greenville Nissan, get your new Nissan with no payments for the rest of the year.
Greenville Nissan, where we drive to serve.
This is attorney Tom Lamb with the Duderman Law Group. When life puts you in a full-court press, you need a team that plays to win. As proud partners of ECU Athletics, our legal team will fight for your rights with the same passion you bring to Minges Coliseum. Whether it's an on-the-job injury, a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, or a VA or Social Security disability claim, we'll provide the home court advantage you need. For more information, Google Duderman Law Group, and go Pirates!
at visitgreenvillenc.com. You can discover the best of Greenville, Pitt County. That's exciting events, great eats, and outdoor adventures. You can plan your visit and explore what Pirate Nation has to offer at visitgreenvillenc.com. Pirates get a base hit from Dixon Williams in the first, but that's all as Brad Zayak now takes the mound to face the Coastal Carolina order. And Zayak, a 6.4 ERA, making his 9th start of the season, just shy of 30 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts and 11 walks, with a 2.98 average against him, as he'll have his work cut out against him against this Coastal Carolina lineup. But we have seen flashes of Zayak this year where he's been able to put together a solid 4 or 5 inning outing.
Yeah, no, he's the guy that comes to mind where you're like, all right, we got to steal some here with him. And, you know, he's got the opportunity to do that, go out and, again, fill the zone up. The secondary stuff needs to be there. Fastball just isn't going to dominate these guys. But soft contact, man, doesn't take a bunch of strikeouts. Stay down in the zone. Give your guys a chance to play defense behind you.
Scoreless ball game as the Pirates and the Chanticleers play in the regional final as Coastal looking for a win to the Supers. ECU looking to force a rematch tomorrow in a winner-take-all game. Brad Zayak in the start for the Pirates and getting his first action here of regional baseball. One appearance in the American Conference Tournament, 4 runs on 2 hits in an inning and 2/3 against South Florida, getting the start in the Saturday semifinal game down in Clearwater, Florida. But as we said, some outings this year, 3 scoreless against Wichita State, 4 innings of 1-run ball against Elon, 3 1/3 against George Mason. He did only allow 2 earned runs in an inning or 2 against UNC this year, so a little bit of potential there for the 6'3" freshman right-hander. Caden Bodine, the switch-hitting catcher, up at the left side of the plate to start things off here in the bottom of inning number 1. Zayak's first pitch lifted in the air into right center field. Riley Johnson camps under it and makes the grab for out number 1.
There you go. There's a gift. 1 pitch, 1 out. A epic pop-up from one of the best hitter on Coastal Carolina, one of the best hitters in the country, and highly thought-of catcher in Caden Bodine.
And very nice to be able to say Riley Johnson in center field, as it looked.
Oh, man, yeah.
Originally, like Davin Whitaker was supposed to start in left and Pelletier slide over to center, but Riley Johnson talks his way back into the lineup. Here's Sebastian Alexander, who swings and misses at a high fastball from Zayak. It's 0-1.
Alexander's a guy, you look past Bodine, and then, here comes Alexander, a guy that had a home run last night. And another one of these guys, can really, really run, 27 stolen bases, hitting over 300. So a really good player in his own right.
Fastball misses away, 1-1. 4 for 5 was Sebastian Alexander against the Pirates last night. Drove in 4 runs in the 18-7 Coastal Carolina victory, although padded by some late run scoring in that one. Zayak goes high fastball, gets the call at 92. It's 1-2. That one, the Pirates actually led 5-4 going into the 7th inning before Coastal. It was Alexander who tied it with a solo shot, and then Colby Thorndike launched a grand slam, and Coastal didn't look back from there. 1-2, outside fastball called strike 3. Zayak punches out Alexander, and that's 2 up, 2 down on 5 pitches.
Good opener so far with Zayak. Just keep doing it, man. Compete every guy. Don't even worry about the out count. Just go get the hitter that's in front of you.
Blake Barthol, the lefty, with 2 down, nobody on. To your point, if you're Brad Zayak, there's literally nothing to lose here.
Nope. That's been the saying for this club since they got into the postseason, just playing with house money, and that's absolutely where they're at. And Zayak's actually, it's kind of an interesting situation where there is some thinness in the bullpen behind him. It's almost freeing a little bit. It's like, look, man, they can't take me out but so quick because we just don't have a ton down there. So, I go out here and pitch, and again, whatever I can give them is maybe more than was expected. So I'll just go out and play free, and whatever happens, happens.
He's got Barthol down 0-2, gets fouled pitch out over the third base dugout. He's one strike away from a scoreless bottom of the first inning. We'll see if he's able to work through any base runners later on with that exact attitude you mentioned. The 0-2 goes with a high fastball, misses up. It's 1-2.
Yeah, good pitch right there, 0-2. I hate the term waste pitch because every pitch should have a purpose, but that one up top of the zone, just seeing if he could get Barthol to offer.
Barthol was 2 for 6 against the Pirates last night. The 1-2 pulled hard but foul down into the berm, and everybody ducks out of harm's way. It stays 1-2.
Hits the only open grass area down there in that berm.
The stadium filled out, and we knew we weren't going to get close to the 6,400-plus sellout record crowd last night, but the stadium filled out pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a big crowd all the way around.
The 1-2 flies out of play down the left field line this time, and the at-bat continues at 1-2. Coastal Carolina, again, 20-game win streak after last night's win, longest in Division I, outscoring opponents 180-54 in that 20-game win streak. It's Coastal Carolina. This is a club that since that series in Clark LeClaire in March has found a different gear. 1-2, Zayak gets him to chase, a changeup in the dirt, and Brad Zayak spins a 1-2-3, bottom of the first inning. Hey, we're in it, going to inning number 2, and Riley Johnson leads us off on the ECU Sports Network.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Through one inning of play, heading to number 2 with a scoreless ball game between the 13th-ranked Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the East Carolina Pirates. After Dixon Williams singled in the top half for ECU, didn't bring him around. And then in the bottom of the first, Brad Zayak takes the mound and needs 11 pitches to set the Pirates down 1-2, or the Chanticleers down 1-2-3. With 2 strikeouts as he matches Eichhoff's 11-pitch first inning. Now Eichhoff faces 5, 6, 7. Riley Johnson, Colby Wallace, and Austin Irby do up this half inning. And there's Riley, and we'll see what he's got left to give in the tank. He's been playing on one leg really the entire postseason and getting a doubleheader here today. First pitch from Eichhoff takes for a ball off the plate away. It's 1-0.
I just really feel like with the story that is Riley Johnson and all that he's done and been through, and then he was an early scratch and then gets himself back in the lineup, I expect some magic out of him tonight.
The 1-0. Fastball called strike on the outside, 1-1. 2 for 4. With a walk drawn as well. Reached base 3 times against the Gators earlier this afternoon, but that's another thing to ask Riley at this point to play in doubleheader baseball. Chopper off his foot foul, and it's a 1-2 count.
Well, now that just seems unfair, right? Chopper off his foot, that's what he needs. Looks like he's fine, though, right back in the box.
Sometimes you watch him, and if you didn't know him, you wouldn't be able to tell until he gets back into that dugout, I imagine. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson fights it off, lifts one out of play in the air down the third base side. It's 1-2. Riley with the magic's the perfect word for it. He had a lot of it down in Clearwater. Several highlight catches. Made SportsCenter top 10 a couple of times and had some big hits at the plate. 1-2, slaps a fly ball out to left field. Alexander moves to his right and makes the grab for out number 1. That was pretty much just a avoid the strikeout swing right there.
Yep, just kind of hits a little flare, lifts it out to left field. Alexander with the easy play. Kind of watching, I was paying more attention watching Riley run to first, and about a 70% gate, certainly not busting it down the line, and maybe going to hold that last little bit he's got in the tank for a more obvious opportunity.
Here's Colby Wallace, 1 out, nobody on base. Scoreless ball game, top of the second. Wallace takes a breaking ball for a called strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Wallace was 1 for 5. Scored a run in the Pirates' win over Florida earlier. Right now, Dixon Williams base hit, the only one of the ball game. Wallace lays a bunt down, foul on the third base side. It's 0-2.
You know, Wallace, a guy that hasn't had a ton of offensive production here in Conway, and just looking to trying to make something happen, put a little pressure on the defense of the Chanticleers. I think, as we discussed in the last game, I think 1 hit since we've been here at the regional.
Yeah, he and John Collins in that earlier game today. Two bats in the Pirate order who are struggling at the plate. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Wallace goes down on 3 pitches for out number 2. That's strikeout number 2 for Riley Eichhoff so far. Boy, his breaking stuff.
It's good.
It's got some spin on it right now.
It's really good. That brings a guy to the plate who is not struggling.
Oh.
Austin Irby, who has absolutely worn it out. Another home run today, 3 on the regional. Not to mention the 8 RBI in the tournament here.
He lays a bunt down, pushes it foul on the third base side. It's 0-1.
And that was more about the third baseman playing at a little slight shift just past the point of the grass. But if he could have pushed that down the line, nobody would have had a chance. Third baseman goes right back to the same spot. So kind of telling Austin, listen, you've hit 3 home runs. If we're willing to lay a bunt down with 2 outs, we'll take you at first base, no problem.
The 0-1. Irby goes the other way and deep, but slices foul. Home run distance, but it's an 0-2 count. That's where he's hit 2 of his 3 home runs this weekend. Have gone into the visiting bullpen down there in left field, or the home bullpen. 9 hits in the regional, 7 runs driven in for Irby. 3 home runs. The 0-2. Grounder, and Thorndike's diving stop, throws off his back and gets him at first in time. Colby Thorndike with a web gem for out number 3, and the Pirates go down in the top of the second without a run. Brad Zayak back to the mound in a scoreless game, bottom of the second on the ECU Sports Network.
Looking for your next adventure? Discover Greenville, North Carolina, where small town charm meets big city energy. Stroll through vibrant downtown Greenville, indulge in mouth-watering local eats, and soak in the natural beauty of our parks and waterways. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, meeting, or sports tournament, Greenville, North Carolina has something for everyone. Start planning your experience today at visitgreenvillenc.com. Visit Greenville, North Carolina, and find yourself in good company.
Here in the Pirate Nation, we gather as one, and one of the best parts of our pirate pride is the time we spend together. And more often than not, when pirates gather, Bojangles is a part of our celebrations. From the turf to the diamond to the court, Bojangles is part of who we are. Yep, it's easy to recognize that Bojangles and ECU Athletics are a perfect pair. So the next time you plan a get-together, pick up some Bojangles, chicken, biscuits, fixins, and legendary iced tea. Hey, pirate fans, it's Bo time.
Hungry Pirates, take your taste buds to the next level with Dank Burrito, where bold flavors and fresh ingredients collide. From killer burritos to epic tacos, every bite is packed with flavor. Swing by today and taste the dankness. Going to the bottom of inning number 2, scoreless ball game, just 1 hit so far between these two sides as Brad Zayak retakes the mound for 4, 5, and 6, part of the Coastal order. Walker Mitchell, Colby Thorndike, and Blagan Pato due up to the plate. The obvious big name there is Colby Thorndike due up this inning, who terrorized the Pirates with 5 runs driven in and 2 home runs in the win last night. And now just made a falling stop at first base, throw from his back to retire the Pirates here in the top of inning number 2. Mitchell, the right-hander, takes a look at a fastball called strike from Zayak on the outside. He's ahead 0-1.
Really good sign there from Zayak, man. Just keeps getting ahead of hitters and see if he can back it up.
The freshman right-hander with a really good first inning of work. 0-1, grounded to Wallace at third. He scoops it, takes a couple steps, and a soft throw over there that just beats Mitchell for out number 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think he may have misjudged the speed of Mitchell just a little bit. And some of that, Irby was played over off the bag quite a bit, so they had to give him a chance to get there. But Mitchell just about beat that ball out.
So Zayak's gone 4 up, 4 down on 13 pitches, but here comes Colby Thorndike with 1 out and nobody on. The sophomore lefty out of Lumberton, North Carolina, who I just mentioned the game he had last night. He's got a home run swing, loses his right hand on the bat on a high fastball, but it's 0-1.
And some folks may be unaware he was at East Carolina for his freshman year. Went the JUCO route and landed back here in Conway.
The 0-1 lifted in the air, left side, out of play, and it's 0-2. And as Cliff Godwin referenced to in the the press conference last night, saying that Colby Thorndike was on the boat for that well-known boating accident that Parker Bird suffered at. They're both of them coming in the same recruiting class to ECU. 0-2. Zayak flies him to left field. Peltier battling the sky and makes the grab for out number 2.
Yeah, we have certainly a high, wispy sky tonight, and as we head into twilight, ball gets above the lights, maybe something to pay attention to, but Peltier, no real problem with that one, gets over and collects the out.
Now Blagan Pato comes up to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Scoreless ball game here in the bottom of inning number 2. Brad Zayak 5 up, 5 down on 16 pitches to this point. Pato, the right-hander, first pitch swinging, hammers one, foul, as he pulled it a mile but hit it a mile. It's 0-1.
Tell you what, we have throughout the entirety of the tournament, we have seen some long, loud foul balls. Pirates have had a handful, and so have the opponents and even other teams as we've watched games. Been some balls hammered here.
The 0-1 flies him out to shallow center. Burris heading back. Johnson comes on forward. He makes the grab for out number 3. And Brad Zayak on 18 pitches has gone 6 up, 6 down to open up this ball game against Coastal Carolina. We head to the third. All knotted up at 0-0. Alex Peltier leads us off on the ECU Sports Network.
I want to take a minute here to tell you about Bill Clark Homes. The football stadium, the baseball stadium, the Pirate Club, whatever it is, Bill Clark Homes has always been there for ECU. The reason they can do all of this is because Bill Clark Homes continues to build quality homes and neighborhoods in both the Greenville area and in the Wilmington area. And whether it's Greenville or Wilmington, you can choose your school district with several homes under construction and available now in both markets. Eastern North Carolina's premier home builder, Bill Clark Homes, building family traditions.
If you have an appetite for saving money, then you should get the ROFO Rewards app from Royal Farms. Use the ROFO Rewards app to place mobile orders for pickup or delivery and earn royalty points to redeem for free stuff. And right now, new ROFO Rewards members will get a free any size coffee for signing up. You can download the ROFO Rewards app at the Apple App Store or Google Play today. You'll find it's a very appealing app to have. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Through 2 innings of play, scoreless ball game, East Carolina and Coastal Carolina. Just 1 hit in this baseball game. Dixon Williams with a ground ball hit into right field in the first inning. And that's it, as Brad Zayak's gone 6 up, 6 down on the mound for the Pirates. And, Mully, what's your, not a lot has happened to this point, so I don't know what's your feel on this game so far.
I think it's a good thing that not a lot has happened to this point. You know what I mean? That we can make that statement. Both things. We knew Eichhoff was going to be good, and you're just not going to score a bunch of runs off of Riley Eichhoff. He's too good for that. But Zayac has answered pitch for pitch, inning for inning, and has done his job. So it's a matter of scratching away and just find a way to get on the scoreboard. Again, going back to the thought process of winning the inning. If the Pirates can find a way to put one or two up, make the Chanticleers have to chase, it's not a bad spot to be in.
Peltier leads off, followed by Walker Barron and Braden Burris here in inning number 3. Peltier, first pitch swinging, grounder, stabbed by Mitchell. Throws over to first for a quick out, number 1.
Tell you what, really good play by Mitchell. That ball was hit very firmly by Peltier down there, and Mitchell was playing about back, even maybe a step in front to respect the bunt, but just a quick backhand play. Solid throw to first base. Really good play by the third baseman from Coastal Carolina.
As Walker Barron steps up to the plate, it stands out to me there, the night and day contrast between Walker Mitchell at third and then obviously the defensive issues we've seen from Florida at that position in particular this weekend. Barron takes a look at a first pitch ball, fastball away, 1-0.
Yeah, no, I mean, Coastal is a much better team than Florida, and I mean, they play solid defense. That's part of their signature. Now, their defensive numbers are not what they have been in the past, but still good enough. A couple key injuries, one being their center fielder, Dean Mijos, not in the lineup. But all in all, just a well-rounded baseball team. And as Walker Barron fouls one off his foot, again, this just seems unfair. Like, Riley Johnson takes one off the foot, and then Walker Barron, and, Walker's going, nah. Don't I get enough innate pain just by playing the position I play? Do I really need this?
Yeah, and that one definitely stung clearly as he stayed down on one knee for a few extra beats. Now back up on his feet, ready to step back in the box.
Yeah, Coach Godwin comes down, has a little conversation with him, kind of quasi-checking on him. Probably a little ribbing in there, catcher to catcher, like, hey, man, you're a catcher, you're tough, let's go.
1-1 strike. Nobody on with one out. Barron now squares around, pulls the bunt back. They appeal down to first. Didn't go, so it's ball 2. 2-1. Still scoreless here, top of the third inning. Riley Eichhoff on the mound. Pirates got him up to just 26 pitches so far. Nasty breaking ball that Barron swings and misses at. It's 2-2. The Pirate catcher 1 for 3 against Florida earlier this afternoon. This is the doubleheader for the Pirates today. 2-2. High chopper off the turf plate. Picked up by Dooley and a strong throw to get Barron at first for out number 2.
This is Eichhoff's game. Soft contact. Again, very, very few strikeouts to innings pitched. Doesn't walk guys. It just induces that soft contact time and time again. And you're seeing it against the Pirates so far.
One time through the order now as Burris comes back up to the plate. Pirates one hit, and it was pretty soft contact for a hit by Dixon Williams.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Certainly wasn't smoked, but he just kind of turned it through that right side and found a hole.
Burris struck out his first time up today. He takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
Another example of that, Riley Eichhoff's only given up 6 home runs in those 76 innings. So, I mean, that kind of puts it into perspective.
Yeah, he's hit more batters than have hit home runs. Burris smokes one foul down the left field line. It's now 0-2.
Yeah, the hit by pitch number is obviously an indicator. He's not afraid to go inside. He knows to have success, he's got to command and own both sides of the plate. So that may mean hitting a few guys.
2 down, nobody on. 0-2 count for Braden Burris. And he lays off the breaking ball away. It's 1-2. And that looked a lot like the same pitch that got him in the first inning.
Yeah, and I think as he kind of paused after the kind of awkward take, I think he was appreciative that he was able to hold.
Yeah.
Big sweeper there.
The 1-2. Burris groundered over to Mitchell. Picks it up on the foul line. Throws a strike over to Thorndike for out number 3. Riley Eichhoff sets down the Pirates in order in inning number 3 and brings Brad Zayac back out to the mound in a scoreless ball game on the ECU Sports Network.
Looking for your next adventure? Discover Greenville, North Carolina, where small-town charm meets big city energy. Stroll through vibrant downtown Greenville, indulge in mouth-watering local eats, and soak in the natural beauty of our parks and waterways. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, meeting, or sports tournament, Greenville, North Carolina has something for everyone. Start planning your experience today at visitgreenvillenc.com. Visit Greenville, North Carolina, and find yourself in good company.
Pirate fans, nothing says summertime like baseball and peanuts. So before, during, or after the game, be sure and grab a bag of Hampton Farms fresh roasted in the shell peanuts. Peanuts are a great healthy snack. They're naturally high in protein, gluten-free, and vegan. You can find Hampton Farms peanuts at the ballpark as well as in the produce department of your favorite supermarket. Enjoy today and at your next baseball game. Hampton Farms, in the shell, gets you in the game.
Pirate fans, if you're planning for the future, Old North State Trust wants you to know they have you covered with expert financial and estate planning services. You can secure your legacy with a team that you can trust because your future deserves the best. Learn more at oldnorthstatetrust.com. Bottom third we go. Scoreless still. ECU Coastal Carolina as Riley Eichhoff has set down the Pirates on 32 pitches through 3 scoreless innings with 2 strikeouts, just the 1 hit in the game. As Brad Zayak retakes the mound, 18 pitches across his first 2 scoreless innings of work. Now he gets the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Ty Dooley, Chad Bourne, and Wells Sykes do up this half inning. The Pirates hanging in here through the early innings of play. But Riley Eichhoff really settled into the ball game right off the jump. In the NCAA Conway Regional here, and as a lot of action's been unfolding around the country today, the main one, the big headline there, Mully Vanderbilt, first #1 overall seed to not make at least a regional final as they fall to Wright State, and they're out of their own regional.
Talking about SEC coaches that pitched a hissy fit, go back and check out the head coach for Vanderbilt, Tim Corbin, in the postgame yesterday when asked a relatively simple question, but decided that he wanted to give up kind of a smart aleck reply. But I don't know, the nature of the SEC, as these coaches decide, and what we went through as a fan base and a team today with Kevin O'Sullivan from Florida, you kind of wear the shine off that penny pretty quick if you're going to be a jerk all the time.
Yeah. It's a 1-1 count to Ty Dooley. Zayak misses with an off-speed pitch up, 2-1 now. I'd say it goes a long way to just be a pleasant person to work with, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you get to coach baseball for a living. They make very handsome livings, and, they travel the best, and they eat them. I mean, all these things, no need to be so unhappy.
Swing and a miss on a fastball up. It's 2-2. There's some other regional host losing today. Clemson got knocked out 16-4 by Kentucky to bow out of the Clemson regional. Georgia falling to Oklahoma State, and they're done in Athens. Dooley fouls this one off his leg. It stays 2-2.
Tell you what, Zayak has been aggressive at going after these hitters. Again, he's doing his best Riley Eichhoff impersonation, dominating both sides of the plate. Gets that pitch in on Ty Dooley, and you're right, just off the grip of the bat and fouls it off his leg. Going right at him.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the high fastball for a big out, #1.
Yeah, elevates the fastball. He tried that earlier with Barthol, and it works that time with Dooley, just tempting enough, and Dooley couldn't lay off for strike 3.
Now Chad Bourne, the right-hander, comes up, 1 out, nobody on. Third strikeout for Zayak, but he said this earlier, Mully. I gotta like his body language out there.
Yeah, man, he is super composed and just kind of, matter of fact, between innings, before this inning started, as he was done with his warm-up pitches and Walker Barron had thrown the ball down, Zayak got the ball back, and I noticed him looking at Riley Johnson. And I don't know what was said or some kind of hand signal, but I saw Riley Johnson giving the head bob and maybe a little reassurance for the senior or for the freshman from the senior that, quite frankly, everybody on the team looks up to figuratively, certainly not literally because he's just a little fella, but they it was kind of a neat exchange.
1-1 count to Bourne. Scoreless ball game, bottom third. He fouls back a high fastball. Zayak's got him behind 1-2. I saw him there after the strikeout too, kind of, just flipping the ball from his glove, going behind his back to his hand, and doing it again and again. And he's bobbing his head out there to the opposing team's walk-up song.
That was what I was going to say. The head bobbing, and it's not showy at all. It's just almost reminding him to stay relaxed and be in the moment and appreciate the opportunity. But yeah, so far, man, he's been lights out.
1-2 as Bourne fouls it out of play. It's like Zayak's embodying right now the get to, not have to.
Yep, and it's pretty special to see, and it goes back to what we said earlier. They've got to get a big outing from somewhere, a shot in the arm from somewhere they didn't expect it. And not saying Zayak wasn't expected to pitch well, but this may be above and beyond.
He pops out Bourne in foul territory. Burris makes the grab for a quick out number 2. Zayak now looking for 3 straight 1-2-3 innings of work on the mound as Wells Sykes comes up to the plate.
I can promise you this, when the Coastal Carolina staff went over the potential starters, and then they get notifications it's going to be Zayak, and then they say, okay, guys, this guy's 1-3. He's got a 5.91 ERA. It did not invoke a ton of fear in these guys. So he may be getting away with a little bit of them not understanding that he came to play today.
First pitch, strike, fastball to Sykes. He's ahead again, 0-1.
I love that reaction, too. Wells Sykes comes up, first time seeing Zayak, gets a borderline strike called immediately. Again, the body language of Sykes is almost defeated looking. So let's see if Zayak can capitalize on it. I'd expect a little breaking pitch right here.
0-1 flies him out to right field. Herring, long run in foul territory. Can't quite get there as he gave it his best effort. It's an 0-2 count still, though.
Yeah, Herring on a dead sprint there. That kind of like he started to run out of gas as he approached the area code of the ball, but it was a awful long run.
How about Cliff Godwin the other day saying that Bryant Packard on his staff and former Pirate great would get a chuckle out of it. It says Jack Herring's a lot like Pack defensively in the outfield. And he said you can take that however you want to take it. And I'm guessing Pack had to get a good chuckle out of it. 0-2 here, 2 outs, nobody on. Zayak looking to put him away, gets a ground ball to second. Burris picks it up, throws over to first for out number 3. Brad Zayak with 3 scoreless innings, really keeping the Pirates in it here as we head to the 4th inning, scoreless on the ECU Sports Network.
Greenville Marine Outdoor Shop is your fishing headquarters with an amazing selection of rods and reels, lures and artificial baits, fishing tackle, and more. Plus, we're your hunting headquarters with all kinds of shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and accessories, and we're your archery center, too.
For better service, quality, selection, and more, we've got them. Come see them. Our deals you won't believe them.
Greenville Marine Outdoor Shop, 3600 Marine Drive in Greenville. Visit us online at greenvillemarine.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
When you invest in insurance, you should deal with people you can trust. First State Insurance Advisors has deep ties in the community. Clark Stallings and his team will perform a thorough review of your current policies. Keaton Smith, Regina Aspey, Phil Leva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith provide knowledge and advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal lines, including life insurance, as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors, your trusted choice agency.
Through the early innings of play, we're into the middle ones now, as it's still scoreless between ECU and Coastal Carolina. The Pirates hanging in here, scoreless ball game into the 4th as Brad Zayak, one turn through the Coastal Carolina order, is pitching with the body language of an ace so far to this point.
Yeah, no question. You know, we talk about, again, getting outings where you did expect one. How about this out of that Wright State Vandy game? Wright State starter Griffin Page went 8 innings, allowed just one hit against the number 1 overall national seed. Griffin Page entered the game with an 8.90 ERA. So he throws a one-hitter against the number 1 team as it relates to the tournament, the number one team, they get one hit. He had a nearly 9 ERA coming in. So that's the way postseason baseball works. Somebody finally grows up, achieves their potential, and goes out and shows you what they're really capable of, and that's how you win ball games.
Baseball's weird, isn't it? Jack Herring at the plate. Eichhoff starts him off with a strike on the outside. It's 0-1. Herring, Williams, and Collins, the Pirates do up this half inning here in the top of the fourth. Just one hit in the ball game. That's Dixon's ground ball single into right field back in the first. Swing and a miss. It goes off speed away. Gets the strike. It's 0-2.
I'm going to tell you, with a guy like Eichhoff, in my opinion, the Pirate offensive approach, they just about have to go into nearly like a two-strike approach from the very beginning, and just thinking about line drives over the infield, into the gaps. The big swing just isn't going to be there. And we saw in that at-bat, Jack Herring swings and strikes out, but in that at-bat, Jack kind of taking some fairly aggressive swings with a guy like Eichhoff that just is a nibble-and-bite guy, knowing that the fastball's not going to be enough to beat you. Only 91, 92, that's not a big fastball. So an adjustment in the approach, trying to get back through the middle, looking the other way, I think is what the Pirates have to do to be successful.
After the strikeout, here's Dixon Williams. 1 out, nobody on base, still scoreless, top fourth. Williams 1 for 1. He swings at the first pitch, sends a fly ball out to left, back to the track, but catch made by Alexander for out number 2. And that's the first scare that the Pirates have put into Coastal Carolina.
But that's kind of what I'm talking about. Obviously, Dixon, a left-handed hitter, he gets to the bottom of that baseball a little bit, but he drives it out to left field. And I think it's got to be that thought process. You got to try to stay through the middle. You almost deal with Eichhoff like you deal with a left-hander. It's a soft throwing left-hander. I'm sorry. You can't. You just cannot get overly aggressive with your approach.
Here's John Collins now. 2 down, nobody on. Top fourth. Collins watches a first pitch strike come across the zone. It's 0-1. Collins is 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time up. Yeah, looking for his first hit of the day today between the two games the Pirates have played. He watches a fastball called strike on the outside, and it's quickly 0-2. And now Eichhoff is 1 strike away from setting down the Pirates in order for the third straight inning. Out of his windup, the 0-2. Collins goes down looking. Called strike 3 on the front door.
What a breaking ball. That thing literally looked like, even from our vantage point, it looked like it started nearly behind Collins and ends up inner black underneath his hands. Nothing he could do with that. That is also the reason Eichhoff hits some people. When that ball doesn't break, he hits them right in the thigh.
It stays a scoreless game as Zayak's back to the mound. Bottom of the fourth on the ECU Sports Network.
Stock up for your Pirate game party. Don't forget the MVP, Bold Rock Hard Cider. Your ticket to refreshment before, during, and after the game. Grab the fan favorite Apple Hard Cider, so crisp and so refreshing. Or supercharge it with the electrifyingly bold 8.2% ABV Imperial Berry. No matter your flavor, keep it cold and keep it bold with Bold Rock Hard Cider. Available throughout North Carolina. Please enjoy responsibly.
East Carolina Pirates. At Town Bank, you'll find experienced bankers who are available, reachable, accessible, and have your best financial interests at heart, on or off the court. Serving others, enriching lives is what we do. Call or visit townbank.com and find your banker. Town Bank, serving others, enriching lives. Member FDIC.
Craving pizza, Pirate Nation? We want you to know that Pizza Hut has you covered with hot, cheesy, delicious pizza made just the way you like it. Order now for pickup or delivery and bring the flavor home tonight. We're going to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless, ECU and Coastal, but right now the development is Brad Zayak, who's been absolutely dynamic against the Coastal Carolina lineup right now. Planted wrong on a warm-up pitch there and started to shake his foot and Hunter Martin, the athletic trainer, and Cliff Godwin and Austin Knight all had to come out and watch him throw a few.
Yeah, I mean, the first pitch he threw in this warm-up sequence, he threw it and took a little funny bounce and then looks over to the dugout. Like you said, the whole entourage came out to check on him. His body language has certainly changed immediately. Now its shoulders are kind of falling. You can tell he feels a little bit defeated. Is that the right way to put it? Maybe a little bit dejected that he's pitching so well and now that foot's bothered him. He's kind of pounding his glove in frustration. He's going to try it. He's going to stay in the game. What an unfortunate turn of events. He's walking around out behind the mound and is almost at second base, giving Riley Johnson another look and walking back up. So we'll see how this affects Zayac. We could have a Kurt Schilling bloody sock kind of drama here unfolding, or we could see Zayac exit this game before long. The bullpen is up for the Pirates.
That's Sean Jenkins out there starting to warm as Zayac gets a first pitch strike across to Caden Bodine as he's one time through the order and has pitched absolutely spectacular. 3 strikeouts, but now the second time through, Bodine hammers one foul. There's another long foul ball. It's 0-2.
Tell you what, if you're a kid, you want to collect a bunch of baseballs, just go stand down the foul lines, just foul out in the road, the parking lots out there, and you can fill your bucket pretty quick.
The 0-2 misses with a fastball up, 1-2. So 2 strikes here. Zayac still looking to be able to put away Bodine as he perhaps will get another gutsy outing. He'll have to labor through this one. The 1-2 misses with another fastball up, 2-2.
Yeah, showing a little frustration now. He's got the head nod going again. He's going to try to battle, but it's not as sharp as it was. Both of those pitches way up out of the zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes, comes home. Bodine grounder to second. Burris picks it up clean, throws over to Irby for out number 1. He went back to the high fastball there and got Bodine to ground out.
Which is kind of strange with a guy like Bodine that he would hit a ground ball and a high pitch, but he did just that. And kind of watching right there, normally you'd want Zayac to kind of bounce off the mound and head towards first. He throws that pitch, recoils, and literally kind of takes a hop, but makes no real aggressive step towards first base. So pay attention. If there's a ground ball hit towards Irby, I don't know if Zayac will be able to get over and cover.
Here's Sebastian Alexander, 1 out, nobody on. Zayac's first pitch in the dirt, low and away. It's 1-0. 36 pitches now through 3 1/3 innings against this Coastal Carolina lineup. Still scoreless ball game into the bottom of the 4th. The 1-0. Alexander pops up foul territory on the first base side. Irby giving chase near the rail, and it runs out of real estate as it lands in foul territory. 1-1. And keeping a close eye here on Brad Zayac, and it seems to me in the last at bat or so, I mean he's improving a little bit here. The way it looks like he's feeling on the mound. Pirate infield shifted to the left here against the righty batter. 1-1. He flies him out of play over the first base dugout. It's 1-2.
I tell you what he's doing. He is wearing out that chewing gum out there. It's a
that might be taking the brunt of whatever pain he might be feeling or not.
Well, I'm of the opinion whatever he's got to do to get through a couple more innings would be great.
1-2, line drive into left center. There's the first hit from Coastal. Johnson cuts it off. Throw goes into second. It's close play.
Got him.
Tag made. He's out. Alexander immediately calling for the replay review. No doubt the throw beat him, and that would be a huge break for the Pirates.
Yeah, no, he was looking 2 out of the box was Alexander. Riley Johnson, another great play. This isn't the web, Jim, but he makes a great play to get over to this ball and make a nearly perfect throw to the infield. Kind of fields it in a little pirouette move, and Alexander never even thinking about breaking stride, goes in. Ball clearly beats him there. May have gotten creative with the slide, and I think he may have gotten under it. We do have the advantage of having a replay monitor up here in the box. Looks like the left hand may have gotten under it, but I don't know if there'll be enough there to overturn the call on the field.
Yeah, Burris swiping the tag, almost kind of blind behind him there.
100% blind, yeah.
And Alexander, it's a bang-bang play. Call on the field, which is always important to remember, is out, as the umpires would have to see clear replay evidence. And again, we talked about this last night here. Coastal Carolina, here in Springsburg Stadium, they won't hesitate to throw that replay up on the board for the home fans to watch.
Yeah, I wonder if that was kind of snuck under the radar last night with the NCAA kind of controlling this facility right now. I wonder if that was okayed or not, because they hadn't popped this one back up there. But looking at the review we have here in the monitor, I mean, I could see it going either way, quite frankly. I do think he gets under it, but I don't know. Here's the look right here.
It looks like close.
It's close. It's close. I don't know. I tell you what, this is where the replay is a different animal now. I mean, when you're having to make that call in real time as a human being, and the second base umpire was in as good a position as he could possibly be in, but that's just one of those bang bang plays that happens in baseball.
Yeah, Alan Gorwitz, the second base umpire, on the call there. In an official review here in Conway. And to your point, Mully, as you said, usually the longer the review goes, the more likely it is it's going to be overturned.
I'll tell you, the bigger part of this story to me is Zayak out there on the mound with that foot and not, having a break in the action. He's still stretching out. I'm not sure, is it foot or maybe the way he's stretching it may be calf.
Yeah.
He's going to try to play toss a little bit here with Walker Barron. Keep that thing as loose as you can keep it.
Lengthy review here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Coastal's first hit of the ball game, one way or another. It's either a base hit thrown out trying to stretch it into two, or it's or he makes it into second, and Coastal has a runner in scoring position of a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Umpires are done with the review, jogging back out to the field. So we'll see here in just a moment what the decision is.
After review, the call on the field is reversed.
It's reversed. Alexander's safe at second base. He's fired up. Coastal with a runner in scoring position. One out now against Brad Zayak with Blake Barthol coming up to the plate.
Dylan, sometimes in life you don't like to be right, but I felt like that was the correct call. He did look like, on the replay again now, in real life it looked to me like he was out too, but looking at the replay, it looked like he got it. I'm sorry, he got under it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the first time Coastal has really barreled up Brad Zayak to this point. So he'll have to lock in here in order to keep this a scoreless game into the fifth. Barthol's 0 for 1, struck out swinging his first time up. Zayak steps off with the right foot, disengages here.
Got a question between the umpire and Walker Barron trying to figure out what the stoppage in action is.
Home plate umpire Billy Van Raphorst, we've had here with us all weekend. And so much to do about nothing after all. Zayak back to the rubber, comes set. Barthol in the box, one out with a runner on second. Zayak comes home, gets a high fly ball into shallow right. Burris gets underneath it and makes the grab for out number two. Shallow enough that Alexander can't move forward. That's a real nice out number two.
And that shows you how shallow it is, because Alexander can really roll. You got to feel like if he thought he had any chance at all. But, we saw a similar throw to third base from a similar place in the field back in the conference tournament with Braden Burris on a relay throw. So big arm. He's got plenty of arm to have made that throw, and Alexander thinks wiser of it.
Now it's Walker Mitchell to the plate. Two down, a runner at second. As Zayak in between there starts to get that head bobbing going a little bit more to the music. Trying to get through a fourth scoreless inning in the start. First pitch to Mitchell, comes up and in with a fastball. He holds back on the swing. It's 1-0. Mitchell's 0 for 1, grounded out to Colby Wallace his first time up, one third baseman to another. Sean Jenkins continues to warm up in the Pirate bullpen. The 1-0 And just misses with that one, says Rapphorst. It's 2-0. Off speed on the outside. Zayak up to 42 pitches in the start for the Pirates. And what has been a really special performance from the freshman. There's a called strike. Fastball up, makes it 2-1. Colby Thorndike on deck for Coastal Carolina. That's one that you'd rather see in inning number 5.
Yeah, with the bases empty.
The 2-1 misses with a fastball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mitchell's driven in 41 runs this year, a .284 hitter with runners in scoring position. We've got Alexander over there, 27 steals this year, so a base hit scores him. Zayak looking to get the Pirates out of here. 3-1, ground ball over to short. Williams picks it up, throws on the run, gets him for out number 3. And Brad Zayak labors through that 4th inning, gives up a hit, but keeps Coastal off the board. We're scoreless going into inning number 5, and Riley Johnson leads it off for us on the ECU Sports Network.
Need to insure a boat in Edenton, a business in Elizabeth City, a car in Greenville? How about a farm truck in Mount Olive or a home on the Outer Banks? Weatherly Insurance Agency, an independent insurance agency with 6 locations in eastern North Carolina, is here to help. Weatherly Insurance Agency has agents you can get to know because they're your neighbors and live in your town. Call today, 888-OBX-2-IBX, or on the web at weatherlyinsurance.com. From the Outer Banks to the Inner Banks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of a 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail, and with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers or stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, closed side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-side for riders 16 and older.
Heading to inning number 5, and the Pirates in a scoreless, deadlocked ball game with Coastal Carolina are sending up Riley Johnson, Colby Wallace, and Austin Irby to the plate against Riley Eichhoff, who so far has thrown 4 scoreless, 1-hit innings, 4 strikeouts, no walks on 39 pitches. But Brad Zayak, despite coming up a little limp after a warm-up pitch before that bottom of the 4th, gives up 1 hit but labors his way around it, and he's matched Riley Eichhoff inning for inning so far.
You know what, in the head nods that I was mentioning with Riley Johnson, I saw he and Braden Burris do the same thing. So I literally think these dudes are just like cheering for each other so hard and trying to push each other and making this thing, hey, let's get all we can out of it.
Johnson first pitch swinging, grounder to Thorndike, who steps on the bag for out number 1. So once again there, Riley doesn't really get an opportunity to see what he's got in the tank, leg-wise anyway.
Nope. Very routine rollover ground ball to the first baseman. Just kind of take it easy and save what you got for later.
Now here Cliff Godwin going to put his arm around Colby Wallace before this AB. 1 out, nobody on base. Top of the 5th, still scoreless, ECU and Coastal Carolina. And what's turned into a pitcher's duel, which I'm not sure that was the expected ball game when we were coming into it.
Absolutely not. And, you know, it's kind of a matter right now just trying to see who's going to blink first. You know, it's kind of that, it's got that kind of feel. As far as Colby Wallace goes, you know, he's too good of a hitter, too good of a player not to have I mean, you feel like he's got to get hot. Say something good's going to happen for him if he just keeps having, you know, good at bats, stay within the approach and do what they've talked about. You got to feel like something's going to give.
And he's down 0-1. Rips a line drive, base hit. There you go, Mully. Base hit into left field for Colby Wallace, and the Pirates got a 1-out base runner.
You just had to, again, I mean, it's almost a law of large numbers. He's too good. Only had 1 hit going into that bat since he's been in Conway, and puts a good swing on that ball. Not, again, just a hard ground ball. It finds a hole, and he works his way along, and now he'll pass it back to the hottest guy on the Pirate team and the Pirate lineup in Austin Irby.
Almost the same kind of base hit Dixon had, just opposite field and a little harder hit than Dixon's was.
Yep.
But otherwise, finds the hole all the same. Here's Irby, 1 out, 1 on, scoreless in the top of the 5th. Irby takes a look at a first pitch ball. It's 1-0.
You know, the thing with Irby at this point, being a freshman, having such a high level of success in this tournament, this sounds crazy, but he truly has to believe that he's as good as the numbers he's putting up. Sometimes in baseball and different things, and I mean, equate it to golf, you can go out and be playing pretty good and go, man, I'm not really this good, and you talk yourself into a negative headspace. Irby's got to really just keep staying focused on the current at bat. What happened before doesn't mean anything now. It's all about the moment that he's in, and he's in a 1-1 count, facing a pretty good arm.
He's 0 for 1, grounded out to first. His first time up at the plate today. The 1-1. Big swing from Irby, but he comes up empty. It's 1-2.
I'd love to see him make that adjustment where it's the 2 balls that he hit out of the park the other way, and I'm not saying hit the ball out of the park. That'd be a bonus, but I'd love to see him drive a ball kind of about where Colby's went, you know, that kind of between short and third base.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Irby pulls a grounder foul over to Palumbo, who slick little bare hand with the left hand. It stays 1-2.
I'm telling you, you got to practice and watch the infielders work, and Coach Palumbo's always out there. He's got his glove on, and I mean, I think he's about as good as anybody we've got. He's still a very solid defender, good athlete, 2-sport guy at George Mason, and
a very underrated basketball player. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Irby fights another one. Out of play in the air over the third base dugout. We do the 1-2 again.
I would expect you to say that as it relates to Coach Palumbo. You guys being in similar height ranges and you being a pickup all-star.
Oh, I don't know about all-star.
Well, I mean, I'm giving you some accolades. I'm giving you props. But
okay.
I would think you would have love for Coach Palumbo's game.
I got to have the little guys back over here. Irby on the 1-2, spoils another pitch. Stays 1-2. Guys like me, Riley, and Jeff Palumbo.
Yeah. That is a formidable front court.
Now find the one that doesn't belong. Dylan Johnson, Riley Johnson, and Jeff Palumbo. Actually, don't answer that. So, 1 out, 1 on, 1-2 count. Irby, ground ball, base hit into right field. Pirates go back-to-back singles here. Runners on first and second, 1 out. There we go. 3 hits now off Eichhoff.
And again, these are not big swings. These are just balls put in play hard. If they make a play on it, they make a play on it, but give yourself a chance. Really, we've seen kind of a sinking liner to right field off Dixon Williams' bat, and now 2 ground balls, both finding holes on each side of the infield.
Now here's Alex Peltier, the freshman outfielder, with runners on first and second, 1 away in the top of the 5th inning. Scoreless ball game, ECU and Coastal. Peltier watches a first pitch strike. It's 0-1. It's 0 for 1 so far. Grounded out to third, his first plate appearance.
Peltier has been a guy all weekend that Coach Godwin has tried different things with. They've bunt in certain situations. We saw him successful in a hit and run. So, again, wouldn't surprise me right here.
The 0-1 comes inside, nearly hits him with a fastball. It's 1-1.
Yeah, they almost had the best case scenario being a little hit by pitch to load the bases. You know, when you have a strike thrower like Eichhoff is, it does open up the opportunity to do some things you wouldn't otherwise be able to do, i.e. the hit and run. He's going to be around the zone. We'll see if they try anything here.
1-1, swing and a miss. He fooled Peltier with a breaking ball away, and it's 1-2. Yeah, now at this point, you just got to put something in play. Give the guys on the bases a chance here.
You're exactly right, DJ, but the last thing you want to do is ground into a double play, so, you know, it's kind of a catch-22.
There's the strikeout. Same pitch, he goes down.
And in that situation, that might be the better outcome. If you're not going to get a hit, now you at least still give Walker Barron a chance to do something. So, hey, you know, Walker Barron's had some super clutch moments throughout the season. I know he's got to be tired. I mean, they work really hard. He works hard on his body and nutrition and all those things. But at the end of the day, man, he's already called a full ball game, has had a full load all year. But it's let's see if he can put together one of those quality at-bats, especially one like we saw in the first half of the season.
2 down, 2 on, scoreless game. Barron checks his swing, and a really good take. He's ahead 1-0. And the Coastal fans unhappy with that one. Eichhoff now up to 54 pitches, as the Pirates by far have made him work the hardest here in inning number 5. 3 hits overall, 2 in this inning. The 1-0, same pitch, same result as Walker lays off. It's 2-0.
You get a little head bob out of Eichhoff as well. I mean, that's a thing these days. That's a little affirmation to themselves, and he agreed with the ball call.
2 balls, no strikes. Lays off the breaking ball away again. 3-0. Let's see if Eichhoff might just load the bases up for Braden Burris. This has been ECU's best shot today. Scoreless in the 5th inning. 2 on, 2 out. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses inside. A 4-pitch walk to Walker Barron. Bases loaded for Braden Burris.
The rare walk by Riley Eichhoff, and certainly even more rare just on 4 pitches. Kind of an interesting sequence. He goes breaking ball just off, then it actually like he extended into the left-handed, towards the left-handed batter's box with the next 2 breaking balls. I don't know if they just got away from him. Misses in with the fastball to issue the free pass. Bring Matt Williams out to have a little conversation about him, and probably this again is just a reminder of this is how we want to pitch this guy.
Yeah, they certainly can't imagine on the Coastal side that you're worried about Riley Eichhoff to this point whatsoever.
No.
But hey, if you're the ECU Pirates, I mean, bases loaded with Braden Burris at the plate, the way this ball game has gone, I mean, you'd take that every single time.
Oh, no question. A part of the story, I was kind of peeking down towards the Pirate dugout when you were bringing that point up, trying to see where Zayak was if I saw him moving around. If it is a lower leg and we maybe a calf injury there that he suffered, probably wants to keep that thing stretched out. I'm sure Kevin Youngs and the staff are in there applying whatever type of treatment they think he needs. He's in great hands, but don't want to let that thing get stiffened up and that be the end of his night.
Williams heads back to the dugout, the Coastal pitching coach, as Eichhoff now at 57 pitches through 4 2/3 innings. Bases loaded with 2 outs and a scoreless game with Braden Burris at the plate. And here's another guy who's had a lot of clutch hits this year for the Pirates as a freshman. First pitch bounces in the other batter's box. It's 1-0.
That's 4 that he's missed on the pull side.
Yeah, I mean, hoping just from the Pirates' point of view here that's a little bit of a trend that continues for ECU. 1-0 count to Braden Burris with the bases loaded. He takes fastball over the middle for a strike, 1-1. Burris is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out so far tonight. And just an all-around great year for Braden Burris in the American Conference. Second team all-conference pick. 1-1. Inside grounder, fouls it off. It's 1-2.
Yeah, this is what Eichhoff can do to you. Okay, I don't necessarily have the breaking ball right this second, but I can always go back to old number 1 and locate it about where I want to. And he goes down, hollow of the knee, towards the heart of the plate, then comes back in on him, and that's brings us to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Big pitch upcoming. The 1-2 misses up. Burris with a real good take. It's 2-2.
If I'm going to guess along with him, I'm going to guess breaking ball here. And Burris, if he'll stay on it, drive that thing to the right side, he can have success against it because Eichhoff's going to kind of try to feel the breaking ball up there. He doesn't really have command over it. Let's see which way we go here.
Burris lifts one out to left field. Alexander back in front of the track, makes the catch for out number 3. Burris got pretty good bat on it, but the Pirates strand the bases loaded in inning number 5. Eichhoff gets out of the jam, and Brad Zayak coming back out to the mound for the bottom of the fifth when we return to the ECU Sports Network.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to power a brighter future in Pirate Nation and across our state. Beyond providing electricity that powers our lives, electric co-ops are strengthening local communities with education grants, economic development, innovative energy projects, and tools to help you better manage your home energy use. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com. Hey Pirate Nation, exciting news! The Hook and Hand program brings you the official hand soap and hand sanitizer of ECU. Keep your hands clean and germ-free with the same top quality products trusted by the Pirates, all while supporting ECU athletes. Every purchase contributes to the ECU NIL Team Boneyard, directly benefiting our athletic teams and programs. Look for the hand soap and sanitizer dispensers with the Jolly Roger at ECU athletic events, and you'll be using Hook and Hand products and showing your support for ECU athletes.
Pirate fans, regional season is here, and there's no better way to enjoy it than with a cold, refreshing Bud Light. The official beer sponsor of ECU Athletics, Bud Light is easy to drink and easy to enjoy. It's a scoreless game still, East Carolina and Coastal. Heading to the bottom of inning number 5, the Pirates had back-to-back hits from Colby Wallace and Austin Irby in the top of the 5th. Got a walk to Walker Barron that loaded the bases up, but Burris flies out deep to left field to strand him there. And it sends Zayak back out to the mound. 4 scoreless innings of work for Zayak. Now he faces Thorndike, Pato, and Dooley, the 5, 6, 7 part of the CCU order to up this inning.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to keep a close eye on Zayak. If he can just keep dealing, man, it'll start right here. First pitch, get ahead of Colby Thorndike.
First pitch, breaking ball. He fouls it back hard into the net. It's 0-1.
Again, great start. So now you go, okay. I mean, seriously, that one pitch is enough as a coach. Go, okay, we'll keep rolling with it. We don't need to go into any sense of urgency with the bullpen.
The 0-1. High pitch, Thorndike lifts it, foul out of play down the left field side. It's 0-2. Thorndike's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left his first time up. Of course, Sean Jenkins has been tossing down there in the bullpen for the last inning or two. The 0-2 pitch. Thorndike hits it a mile foul, pulled down the right field side. It stays 0-2. Just 4 hits combined in this one. 2 of them coming in the last half inning, or all 3 of the 4, counting both teams there, coming in the 4th inning. The 0-2. High pop-up, left side. Wallace tracking it. Crosses into foul territory. Makes the catch for out number 1.
I'll tell you what, the 2 places that the ball gets hit on this field with this team out there, if it goes towards center field with Riley Johnson out there, you feel exceptionally good about it being an out. If it goes anywhere near Colby Wallace, I mean, he just, you mentioned in the last game, it's a masterclass of third base play, and he just continues to do a great job every day. That's just a routine pop-up, no big deal there, but, man, he's made some plays in this tournament that have been exceptional.
Here's Blake and Pato. First pitch swinging, line drive right out to center field. But as you said, you feel pretty good with Riley Johnson out there. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, even a Riley Johnson that's not 100% of the guy that hasn't been 100% all year. I don't know what the percentage of Riley Johnson we're getting is, but I know it's still really, really good.
Ty Dooley coming to the plate, 2 down, nobody on. I made the comment during the conference tournament down there in Clearwater. Riley Johnson on one leg is better than your center fielder. And
right.
Your being whoever you want it to be. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good off speed from Zach in the dirt. It's 0-1. Dooley's 0 for 1. Struck out swinging his first time at the plate. We're still scoreless in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 0-1 goes high with a fastball and misses. 1-1. That last inning, too, where the Pirates got Eichhoff up around 60 pitches was the first time that any life started happening down there in the Coastal bullpen. Nobody stretching or throwing, but just some shaking and moving. Comes inside with a 1-1 pitch and hits Dooley.
Let me tell you what happened. Zach's getting ready to pick something up. Yeah, something fell as he was coming set.
The NCAA sticker on his jersey.
The NCAA patch. As he came set, the NCAA patch fell off. And I literally think it was just enough of a distraction to take him away from what he had to do with that pitch. And he hooks it. So I know you at home can't see this. There's a little circular, it's almost an iron-on that's just above the P of the Pirate in the logo on the shirt.
Yep.
And as he came set, started to move his hands forward, it fell off. I literally watched him look. It falls to the ground, and he throws the pitch and hits the guy. He did it to avoid the pitch clock violation.
Chad Bourne at the plate. First pitch swing and a miss with a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 0-1. You can see in the replay there, they're closed up on Brad as he puts the sticker back on and then has a choice word for himself.
Something Kevin O'Sullivan would say.
Yeah, that's right. And just a tough break there on the mound. The 0-1. Bourne lifts it high into left field. Peltier gets underneath it, waits a while, makes the grab for out number 3. So Zayak matches Eichhoff again, scoreless through 5 innings. We go to the 6th of a pitcher's duel. Pirates got 2-3-4 coming up on the ECU Sports Network.
Having crooked teeth can affect the health of your mouth and can even cause you to be self-conscious about your smile. Doctors Bowman, Paget, and Associates can straighten those teeth to reveal a confident, healthy smile through the use of Invisalign clear aligners. It's never too late to improve your smile. Call, come by, or go online to bowmanpaget.com. Bowman, Paget, and Associates. That's bowmanpaget.com.
We are the dentist of ECU. Hey!
This is Coach Cliff Godwin. My friends at Dogwood State Bank are changing the landscape of community banking. That term, community banking, is not just a catchy slogan for Dogwood State Bank. They really are redefining what it means to bank local. Big banks may want big business, but Dogwood State Bank wants your business, no matter what size. At Dogwood, your business is big business. Dogwood State Bank has offices in Greenville, Morehead City, Wilmington, Raleigh, Sanford, Fayetteville, and Charlotte. And yes, they are Pirates.
Dogwood State Bank, member FDIC.
We're through 5 innings, and we're still scoreless, East Carolina and Coastal Carolina, in this Conway Regional Final. The Pirates trying to force a winner-take-all game tomorrow afternoon. And Brad Zayak has given the Pirates everything they've needed out of him. 5 scoreless innings on the mound. He's labored through perhaps a potential injury, warming up on a pitch. Has dealt with the NCAA sticker falling off his jersey, and has mentally battled all through it to keep the Pirates in a tied game, battling Riley Eichhoff into inning number 6.
Handling adversity is something that this East Carolina club has done all season. Zayak dealing with his own out there on the mound tonight, but it's an embodiment of the culture and of what this team has done of late. It's literally, to put it, he's getting all that he's got. He's digging deep, and he's put together an extremely impressive outing, to say the very least.
55 pitches for Zayak compared to Eichhoff, who begins the 6th here on 62 pitches. 1 walk for Eichhoff, 3 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts to this point, as now he gets the heart of the Pirate order after ECU stranded the bases loaded in the 5th. Now they get Jack Herring, Dixon Williams, and John Collins due up this half inning. So another frame where you say for the Pirates, this is a pretty good shot at it if you're going to have one.
Yeah, I would have liked to have gotten some production out of the last half, but what you did, if nothing else, has made Eichhoff throw pitches.
He misses off the plate away with a fastball, 1-0. Herring's 0 for 2, a ground out to first, and a strikeout swinging so far today.
Another one of those, who would have thought this, but the Chanticleer bullpen is up and working. Nobody throwing necessarily, but it looks like they're getting ready to get ready, and the Pirate bullpen is totally quiet.
Who had that on their bingo card?
Nobody.
1-1 the count. Herring chops one foul back behind the plate. It stays 1-2. Still scoreless here. In front of a pretty solid crowd here in Springs Brooks Stadium. But a quiet ball game, and we are happy to be able to say that to this point. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Herring rips a line drive up the middle. They were shifted into left center on him. That's extra bases for Jack. It gets all the way to the track, now thrown in by Sykes, but it's a leadoff double, Jack Herring.
That goes back to what I was mentioning with the Justin approach. His first swing, again, just a little bit big. That one, he just takes what's offered to him, keeps it really short. Again, very much looks like a 2-strike swing, and drives that ball through the heart of the park. And that's what you got to do against a guy like Eichhoff. And Jack motors into second base, passes it down to Dixon Williams. A little conversation here between him and head coach Cliff Godwin about kind of what the thought process is here. And, you know, everybody in the world that knows Cliff Godwin's like, all right, he's definitely going to bunt right here. But you got Dixon Williams at the plate. And honestly, I don't know that 1 run will be enough. You know what I mean? I don't know if you don't try to play for the little bigger inning in this situation.
It's almost like when you're, let's continue with the boxing analogy there. When you're kind of outsized and you're just going for the 1 knockout blow.
Yep, that's right.
Because you can't necessarily, maybe not, you can withstand the blow for blow.
I can tell you if Dixon Williams can find a way on here, Roger Vergara's already shown up on deck for John Collins, and I would guarantee you, I'd bet the ranch that if the situation holds true, Dixon Williams draws a walk or whatever, if he gets to first base and Jack is still at second, you will absolutely see a sacrifice bunt from Roger Vergara.
Williams is ahead 1-0 as Eichhoff misses low and in. He comes set. Delivers. Williams, high fly ball, shallow left field. He got underneath a breaking ball. Alexander makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, just a harmless pop up to left field, but that's why the great hitters hit 300. That means 7 times they get out. So he'll give it to Roger Vergara, and this will most likely give Roger an opportunity to swing away. I see. You see Coach Godwin down there giving him the hand sign to kind of tell him, hey, look forward up a little bit. And they actually do drills. Dylan was in the cage one day with some of the guys, and they actually do drills where guys have worked the top of the zone with any type of spin rate. They do a nick drill where they literally try to swing over the ball and just nick it to change the perception so they don't hit so many fly balls. It's same thing in reverse. If a guy has a high spin rate breaking ball, they try to get under it. So something they've certainly trained for, as you would expect with a Cliff Godwin-led team. They're very well prepared.
A 1 count to Vergara as he takes a strike on the outside. Pinch hitting for John Collins here for the second time today as Vergara worked a walk against Florida earlier in the Pirates' win to get here. A 1 high chopper over to second base, picked up at the chest of Barthol. He throws him out for out number 2. Does move Herring over to third in the process. And you're feeling a lot better about that if that was 1 at-bat ago. But still, the Pirates, hey, for the 3rd time today, they've got a 2-out clutch hit opportunity.
That's right. Well, and it's Riley Johnson. And nothing is off the table. I don't think he's in any physical condition to try to lay down a bunt for base hit and beat it out. But we saw him in the first game with a quasi-slug bunt over a 6'8" left-handed pitcher that landed – between the pitcher and the bag at second base, that he beat it out. So, Riley Johnson, there's just no telling.
He takes a first pitch strike on the inside. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to left and a ground out to first so far tonight. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Breaking ball from Eichhoff makes it 0-2. And after Jack Herring's leadoff double, Pirates trying to bring him in and break this scoreless tie game in the top of the 6th. Riley Johnson at the plate with an 0-2 count. Eichhoff comes home. Johnson pulls one on the ground foul on the first base side. It stays 0-2.
You even see Riley right there kind of coming out of the box, in preparation to run. But, man, little small steps. You can tell those hamstrings are certainly tightening up. That might be a huge understatement.
He spoils one 0-2 pitch. Looks to do it again here. 0-2 count. Eichhoff comes home. Johnson fights another one off. Pitch away. Sends it back into the net. Stays 0-2.
I think the pitch that's going to give Riley a fit is going to be that breaking ball. If Eichhoff could land that breaking ball on the back foot, the nice part is if he misses the least little bit, it's going to break right into Riley's bat, and he'd be able to drive something kind of over the shortstop's head.
Once again, the 0-2 misses off the plate away. Tried to backdoor him. Instead, it's 1-2. And there an extra beat before Bodine throws the ball back to Eichhoff, who's kind of backpedaling off the mound.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was trying to get Bodine to come out there, but
yeah. 1-2 count. Eichhoff's up to 75 pitches now. 2 outs in the 6th. Herring's at third. 1-2 count. He comes home. Johnson slaps a little grounder over to short. Dooley picks it up and throws him out of first for out number 3. Pirates for the third time today get a runner close to third base, but unable to bring him around. It stays a scoreless ball game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Brad Zayak back to the mound on the ECU Sports Network.
Glenn, what's better than getting a new Nissan from Greenville Nissan?
How about getting a new Nissan with no monthly payments till 2026?
You heard that right. No monthly car payments for the rest of 2025. Also, now is the time to discover the all-new 2025 Nissan Murano and Armada. Luxury, style, and performance.
Need something fuel-efficient? Versa, Sentra, new kicks, or the Rogue, all starting under $30,000. Come to Greenville Nissan. Get your new Nissan with no payments for the rest of the year.
Greenville Nissan, where we drive to serve.
Spend your summer poolside, courtside, or greenside at Ironwood Golf and Country Club, home course of the Pirate golf teams. Ironwood offers a variety of memberships with 18 new Tiff Eagle Bermuda grass greens, an extensive practice area, and pickleball courts coming this fall. You don't want to miss out. Headed to the beach this summer? Pack your clubs. Ironwood members receive reciprocal golf privileges at the Beaufort Club near Atlantic Beach. Contact Membership Director Jenna Doyle to learn more.
Glenn, what's better than getting a new Nissan from Greenville Nissan?
How about getting a new Nissan with no monthly payments till 2026?
You heard that right. No monthly car payments for the rest of 2025. Also, now is the time to discover the all-new 2025 Nissan Murano and Armada. Luxury, style, and performance.
Need something fuel-efficient? Versa, Sentra, new kicks, or the Rogue, all starting under $30,000. Come to Greenville Nissan. Get your new Nissan with no payments for the rest of the year.
Greenville Nissan, where we drive to serve.
Pirate fans, you know that great food and great games go hand in hand, so grab yourself a Chick-fil-A Classic. Whether you're craving a hot, crispy chicken sandwich, delicious nuggets, or a hand-spun milkshake, Chick-fil-A has you covered. Chick-fil-A is home of the original chicken sandwich and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation. Scoreless ball game as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. Brad Zayak back to the hill, facing Wells Sykes, Caden Bodine, and Sebastian Alexander this half inning. Sykes first pitch swinging, slaps a base hit into left field. And the chanticleers respond with a leadoff hit of their own.
I was literally going to say when you got done bringing us back that the theme for this inning and throughout the last couple games of this tournament, survive the 6th. Just get through the 6th inning where you're in a position to be within striking distance or, keeping it right here. So holds true. I certainly don't think Caden Bodine's up there to bunt. The price of poker just went up for Bradley Zayak.
Only the second hit he's allowed this afternoon. Brings up the leadoff hitting Bodine with no outs and a runner on first. Scoreless game. Zayak makes a pickoff move, checking on the runner. Sykes and his 16 stolen bases this year. So Sykes gets a single. Alexander, who's on deck, has their other hit. Pirates have 4 in this one. They've had a lot on base compared to the shots. Zayak misses with a fastball up and away. It's 1-0. Sean Jenkins continues to warm up in the Pirate bullpen. He's been ready for the last couple of innings down there. Pickoff move again. Back standing up is Sykes.
Bodine is a ground ball double play candidate. If Zayak can induce that double play, you got to catch her running at the plate. So one pitch could collect 2 outs, just bottom half of the zone.
Zayak at 56 pitches makes a third pickoff move, and it draws some boos from the home fans. So he has been efficient through his innings of work, whereas Eichhoff's at 76 pitches through 6 scoreless innings, as both sides have traded zeros on the scoreboard to this point. The 1-0, called strike, drops a breaking ball on the outside, 1-1. A really good pitch. Zayak just continues to deliver. Excellent pitch after pitch. And yeah, to your point, Mully, a double play ball right here would be absolutely enormous. 1-1. Instead gets Bodine to pop out of play over the third base dugout. It's 1-2. Bodine's 0 for 2. Flew out to center and grounded out to second in his 2 trips up to the plate today. Zayak into the third time through the Coastal order. And a fourth pickoff move checking on Sykes. And he's back standing up.
Sykes is a guy, 18 attempts, 16 stolen bags. So understand why they want to keep a close eye on him.
Yeah, one of 4 Coastal players in the starting lineup with double-digit steals. Obviously highlighted by Alexander, but a team that can move. The 1-2 comes up and in and misses with a fastball at 91. 2-2. Well, it has been a great day weather-wise for baseball here in Springs Brooks Stadium, Conway, South Carolina. And ECU trying to force a winner-take-all Game 7 tomorrow afternoon. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Well, he pulls the string and gets Bodine for out number 1.
It's a big strikeout right there, obviously. It goes without saying, but no let up now. You get Alexander coming to the plate, and he is a very capable hitter as well. Also adds the component of speed.
In between at-bats right there, Zayak got to see what you've been talking about there. Looks out at Riley Johnson, who gives him the head nod, gives him the chest pat as well. Almost like he's just fueling off of Riley Johnson out there. Pickoff move again. Back standing up is Sykes, I should say. Alexander's at the plate with 1 out and 1 on. Still scoreless, bottom of the 6th inning here in Conway, South Carolina. 4 hits for the Pirates, 2 for Coastal. They've each had a leadoff hit here in inning number 6. First pitch to Alexander, a fastball that misses away. 1-0.
And we've seen it throughout the tournament times that the Pirates have faced the Chanticleer team. Alexander's first swing is going to be a big one. He typically blows it out when he gets the first pitch he likes.
The infield shifted left against the right-handed batter. Zayak pumps a fastball on the outside for a called strike. 1-1. Alexander had the Chanticleer's first hit of the game with a double back in the 4th where he evaded the tag of Braden Burris, originally called out. Replay review showed him safe. The 1-1 lines one out of play on the right field side. It's 1-2. Zayak 1 pitch away from back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single.
Yeah, this ball would have to be hit right at somebody very firmly to get the double play. So, but listen, get the lead out, just find a way to keep collecting outs and survive the 6th.
And another move over to Sykes at first. Checking on him. He gets dirty that time. And Brad Zayak up to 4 strikeouts here. And in Coastal Carolina, I would say they've taken full advantage of whatever home field advantage you can muster in a regional.
No question.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Sykes takes off. Pitch misses high. Throw down is a strike. And he's safe. Ball gets knocked out of Burris's glove. Head first slide from Wells Sykes knocks the ball out after Walker Barron absolutely gunned him out.
I mean, that was a perfect throw from Walker Barron. Burris gets there and is actually in pretty good position to catch this baseball, but he takes the helmet to the wrist and lower forearm. I don't know if Zayak looks like he might have gone out there to interject his opinion, but nonetheless, he was out until the ball came out of Braden Burris's glove.
A tough break there for the Pirates. 2-2 count to Alexander as the pitch was a ball. Runner on second now with one out. The 2-2 flown into center field. Johnson a few steps back. Gets under it, makes the catch. Sykes is running. Throw from Riley is close, but not in time. He tags into third on the fly ball for out number 2.
You know, we talked about the master class at third base played by Colby Wallace. We see all the great diving catches and different things, but Riley Johnson does an amazing job there of getting himself behind this baseball to be able to work through it and make a firm throw. I mean, he was in literally just about the deepest part of the park in straightaway center field, throws a one-hopper that just misses, getting Sykes sliding into third.
And here's a mound visit for the ECU pitching coach Austin Knight, coming to talk to Brad Zayak here with 2 outs. And Barthol, the lefty, at the plate with Sykes, the runner, over at third here in a scoreless game, still in the bottom of the 6th.
So you got Barthol, the lefty, at the plate, and Mitchell, the right-hander, on deck with 2 outs, first base open. Probably some discussion about the possibility of a squeeze play, maybe. It's kind of a little bit unusual with a left-handed hitter. Gives you a free look at the runner there, but we'll see where they go. Zayak continues to do a great job in this outing.
Boy, and during that mound visit, Wells Sykes being checked out by the athletic trainer for Coastal Carolina, as I don't know whether it was all the dives back into first on the pickoff moves or if it was the slide into third on the tag up from second there, but opened up his skin pretty good there on the forearm. Blake Barthol's at the plate. Zayak's back on the bump. 2 outs, runner on third. Scoreless ball game. Zayak's first pitch tries the outside and misses off speed. It's 1-0.
Misses and not by much. Again, a quality first pitch, just missed being called a strike. Zayak's had success against Barthol today, a pop-up and a strikeout.
66 pitches for Bradley Zayak. 1-0. Barthol lifts it into right center. Johnson gets under it, makes the catch for out number 3 with a little flare.
There it
is.
is.
Brad Zayak finishes off 6 scoreless innings on the mound as he continues to duel with Riley Eichhoff. We head to the 7th inning with Colby Wallace leading it off for the Pirates on the ECU Sports Network.
Turn your car into cash with an instant Kelley Blue Book offer from Barber Hendrick Honda in Greenville. Go online to barberhendrickhonda.com to value your trade, explore inventory, and apply for financing, all from the comfort of home. At Barber Hendrick Honda, we have great deals on new inventory and an extensive used inventory that includes all makes and models. Schedule service for your vehicle online and take advantage of our monthly specials. Barber Hendrick Honda, a proud member of the Eastern North Carolina community at the point of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive.
Hallo, this is meine Auto. Und this is meine key. And there is only one place I trust with meine key. Meine Key Car Care. They even offer financing options, so I can fix now and pay over time. Ooh, I love financing. And options. And meine Key. And American cheese. Remember, I only trust meine Key with meine Key. Your one-stop shop for total car care.
At participating locations, subject to credit approval, minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Meine Key locations are independently owned and operated.
Heading to inning number 7, a pitcher's duel here in Conway, South Carolina, as Brad Zayak works around a 1-out single for Coastal Carolina and finishes off 6 scoreless innings on the mound to bring the Pirates back up to the plate to face Riley Eichhoff, who's at 76 pitches, 4 hits allowed with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. The Pirates bring up 6, 7, 8. Colby Wallace, Austin Irby, and Alex Peltier due up this half inning. So we are officially now getting late in the ballgame of this regional final, ECU and Coastal Carolina. Dylan Johnson, Mike Mullis here on the call with you this evening. But Mully, your take on this one, which has been a surprisingly defensive ballgame.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the tale of two pitchers that are doing their job. The Pirates have had, quite frankly, more offensive opportunities that they've just not been able to capitalize on to this point, but both pitchers doing a great job.
Wallace in the box. Big hack of the first pitch inside from Eichhoff. It's 0-1.
I can tell you there's no way I would have guessed we would be in a 0-0 game, top 7.
To your point, the Pirates, talk about more opportunities. 7 at-bats with runners on base, 5 with runners in scoring position. As Wallace fouls one back to the backstop, it's 0-2. ECU has had the bases loaded at one point today, also had runners second and third. And both those situations obviously unable to bring around a run. Wallace is 1 for 2. The 0-2, he slaps into center field. And about medium depth there. Catch made by Sykes for out number 1. That brings up Austin Irby to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. As Wallace, in between at-bats, kind of relays what he's seeing from Eichhoff there to the Pirate freshman Irby. Both sides, the term you used earlier, Mully, who's going to blink first? Feels like a great time right about now for Irby to hit. He's due for about 1 solo home run per game here in Conway.
Yeah, boy, our expectations are high, aren't they?
Oh, we can't ask for much. He watches a first pitch fastball miss off the plate away. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Eichhoff wanted that one.
He's up to 80 pitches. Irby's 1 for 2, had a ground ball single get into right field his last time up in the 5th. That was when he and Wallace went back-to-back singles. 1-0 misses low and in, 2-0 count. And that 5th is where the Pirates had loaded the bases up and eventually had Braden Burris at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and he gave a fly ball a pretty decent ride but flew out to left. 2-0, misses inside, a 3-0 count for Herbs.
Tell you what, they are showing Irby a lot of respect here. I mean, just trying to nibble and bite with him, and why wouldn't you? But Eichhoff is really trying to buy a call. I mean, working literally corner to corner here.
The 3-0 misses off the plate away. Tried to nibble again. It's a 4-pitch walk to Austin Irby. Second one today for Eichhoff brings up Alex Peltier with 1 out and 1 on. I mean, in that situation, considering the context here, more or less like an intentional walk from Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to let him hit another solo home run. If he takes a swing at it, we're going to make him swing at something we want him to swing at. But very, very careful in how they went about pitching the freshman. You know, I think back to, and I talked about this a little bit in last night's game, I think back to a conversation I had with Coach Snall and some of the Coastal staff after the series there in Greenville. And he described this club, you know, Kevin Snall described the East Carolina as gritty, scrappy, like not real sure at the time how talented are they or how talented are they going to be. They're so young. But, man, even at that point in the season, he was impressed with the grit, and he's getting it on full display tonight. Saw a lot of it last night, just had a couple things go the wrong way, and it got away from him.
Yeah, that loss to Coastal last night. First pitch to Peltier, base hit into right field, puts one on the ground the opposite way. Pirates with runners on first and second, 1 out for Walker Barron. And there you add that to the list too. You talk about the Pirates in need of some out-of-nowhere performances. I mean, out of nowhere, but the ones you don't expect.
I think
Alex Peltier getting a hit.
I think out of nowhere is a fair statement. That's a number of offensive productive things or offensively productive things that Alex has done today. We go back to the winning of the conference tournament. Big John Collins having 8 hits over 4 days. So you his production has not been there. Alex Peltier has picked him up and filled those spots nicely.
Here comes Matt Williams, the pitching coach for Coastal. As Eichhoff's up to 84 pitches, has allowed 5 hits now to the Pirates. 1 out in the top of the 7th with 2 on, and a scoreless 0-0 ball game. As warming up is Dominic Carbone, the lefty down there. No hat warming up in the Coastal bullpen. Yeah, Alex Peltier now 4 hits in this Conway Regional. And to your point, I mean, he's the one who's picked up John Collins, who has just 1 hit in the Regional.
Yeah, 3 hits today and 1 yesterday, if I remember correctly, for Peltier. But he's done some other things. He's laid a couple bunts down. I mean, he is certainly contributed beyond just the hits from the offensive side. So, yeah, really, really good job. Now, we're in a situation, first and second, 1 out. Walker Barron at the plate. Again, a guy who handles the bat pretty well against a guy who throws strikes. So maybe a little chess being played here eventually, at least.
We'll see what the Pirates decide to do with Barron at the plate, 2 on and 1 out in a scoreless game in the 7th. First pitch, fastball misses. Eichhoff falls behind 1-0. In the last couple innings here, I think you can see the fatigue in Eichhoff as the command of the strike zone has dipped just a little. Barron's 0 for 1. He worked a walk last time up. 1-0, fastball misses the zone again, 2-0.
And the all-too-familiar purple and gold chant starting down the right field line. It's kind of opposed by the Chanticleer faithful that are not very happy with the strike zone at this point. Barron with a 2-0 count.
Eichhoff works home. Barron squares around, pulls it back. It's a called strike over the middle, 2-1. Barron trying to drive in a run here.
I understand the philosophy there, trying to buy the pitch to get to 3-0, but, man, I would have loved as a hitter facing a strike thrower, I would have loved to have had a chance to swing on 2-0.
Ground ball to Dooley. Turns 1, turns 2. The Pirates go from 2 on with 1 down, and Walker Barron grounds into a 6-4-3 double play ball. Now we head scoreless to the bottom of the 7th inning just like that. And we remain scoreless, and the Pirates will have to match Riley Eichhoff once again. Zayak back to the hill on the ECU Sports Network.
Looking for your next adventure? Discover Greenville, North Carolina, where small-town charm meets big city energy. Stroll through vibrant downtown Greenville, indulge in mouth-watering local eats, and soak in the natural beauty of our parks and waterways. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, meeting, or sports tournament, Greenville, North Carolina has something for everyone. Start planning your experience today at visitgreenvillenc.com. Visit Greenville, North Carolina, and find yourself in good company.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Pirate fans, Team Boneyard wants you to know that they have a separate fund that directly supports ECU baseball players. You can check out the 23club.org where you can learn more, donate monthly, or contribute a one-time gift for the future of ECU baseball. That's 23club.org. Scoreless ball game going to the bottom of the 7th inning here in Springbrook Stadium, as Riley Eichhoff has thrown 7 scoreless against the Pirates, who have threatened a lot with 5 hits and a couple of walks off Eichhoff, but unable to bring anybody around to score. Now Zayak back to the hill. He's had just 67 pitches through 6 scoreless innings, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. And he faces 4, 5, and 6. Walker Mitchell, Colby Thorndike, and Blagan Pato this half inning. Zayak's first pitch comes inside, nearly hits him as he scoots Mitchell off the plate. Goes all the way back to the backstop with it. It's 1-0.
I'll tell you what, the Chanticleer dugout just gave Mitchell the business for getting out of the way of that.
Yeah. I'll tell you, where that one.
Well, they're looking for base runners, bottom of the 7th. I totally agree.
In the windup, the 1-0. Mitchell line drive. Riley coming down hard. Comes up just short. It comes off his chest. He recovers in time as Mitchell has a leadoff single.
Yeah, really good decision there by Riley Johnson not to dive for that ball. It was a relatively well-struck sinking liner. If he dives for that ball, even as it took the carom, it bounced firm enough and high enough to get him in the chest, up around the collarbone. If he dives for that ball and he gets by him, that ball goes to the fence. And quite frankly, Mitchell with his speed may be standing on third base.
Riley Johnson, a senior, has that situational awareness to know, scoreless baseball game here at the bottom of the seventh inning.
I tell you what his buddy Pelletier was doing. He was on a dead sprint because obviously the tendency is for Riley Johnson to try to make every play. But you're right, situational awareness comes with playing time and maturity, and he held up, made a good choice there. Hold the runner to a single.
Thorndike at the plate, no outs, a runner at first. He fouls the first pitch out of play. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 2, flew out to left, and popped out in foul territory to Wallace his last time up. The 0-1 tries the outside, doesn't get him to chase. It's 1-1. Zayak at 71 pitches and still in a rhythm on the mound. What we've referenced throughout the broadcast, the head bobbing along to the music. It's almost like when Coastal's trying to get him out of rhythm, he's just playing into it. He's got a 1-1 count. He tries a pickoff move over to first, checking on Mitchell, who's back head first. Mitchell's another one of those who can run. 11 stolen bases on 14 tries this year. Wouldn't be shocked to see Coastal try to put him into scoring position without an out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scoreless game, bottom of the seventh inning. Zayak comes home. Thorndike fouls it back. High fastball. And he's a step late on it. 1-2. Zayak with 4 strikeouts to this point. And a 5th would be huge right here. Sean Jenkins waiting in the ECU bullpen. Zayak makes a move over. Mitchell back standing up this time. But to say Jenkins waiting in the bullpen, hopefully not needed here in this inning, as Zayak still just at 72 pitches, trying to get the Pirates through a 7th scoreless inning. And another pickoff move. Same thing they did with Wells Sykes in the previous inning, regularly checking on Walker Mitchell.
Again, another double-digit steal guy. He's tried at 14, been successful 11 times, and no outs. They really want to keep that score, that runner at first base out of scoring position.
0 for 2 is Thorndike with a 1-2 count. No outs, 1 on. Zayak comes home. Thorndike pops up. Left side of the infield again. Wallace calls everybody off and makes the grab for out number 1. And a big out number 1 at that.
Yeah, that puts you right back in that situation you like to be, where we've seen double plays be such a big part of the day today in both games. But Blake and Pato coming to the plate, and the ground ball would end the inning for the Pirates if they could turn 2.
Blake and Pato up, the outfielder, who's 0 for 2 as well. Both times tonight he's lined out to Riley Johnson out in center field. 1 down, 1 on first. Scoreless game, bottom of the 7th. Another move by Zayak over to first, checking on Walker Mitchell, who's back standing up. Zayak at 73 pitches has kept Thorndike quiet after he blew up last night. 5 hits for the Pirates in this one, 3 for the Chanticleers. Comes home this time, gets a high strike on a breaking ball. 0-1, sorry. Boy, and Coastal Carolina fans are just making a living out of giving Raphorst a hard time behind the plate tonight.
Well, you got to think about it, bud. They did not expect in any universe to be in this situation with the Pirates right now.
Fastball away, misses, 1-1.
Tell you what you had right there. It was a fastball away down, but it was a pitch out. If you saw Walker Barron making a pretty aggressive move over there, it was an effort to get him to go with the favorable pitch for Walker Barron to throw on.
Walker Mitchell at first with one out. He fakes a steal attempt there. Pitch misses outside. It's 2-1.
That's exactly why they do that. Is the nature is you want to call runner. You want to, you move as a middle infielder. They do that a lot. We saw it last night, particularly in one at bat where they faked it twice and then went ahead.
2 balls, 1 strike here with 1 out. Scoreless game, bottom 7. And a runner on first. Zayak comes home and misses outside with a 3rd straight pitch. 3-1. No walks tonight to this point for Brad Zayak, as he has spun a masterpiece on the mound for the Pirates. Jenkins waiting in the bullpen. He's trying to set down Pato with either a double play ball or another weak fly out. 3-1. Doesn't get the call on the outside. First walk of the game for Zayak. Puts runners on first and second with 1 out for Coastal.
Yeah, that was what he wanted. Just a borderline up and away pitch. Walker Barron does everything he can to bring it back and present it as a strike. But I think it was a combination of both a little too high and a little too far off.
Now brings up Ty Dooley, the Coastal shortstop, to the left side. First and second, 1 out, scoreless ball game, bottom of the 7th. Here comes the ECU pitching coach, Austin Knight, out of the dugout. Mully, take us inside this conversation right now.
Well, this is going to be a how you feel, or just kind of checking with you. Also, by the way, here's what we got. You got runners on first and second. This may be a bunt situation. Coastal does not bunt a tremendous amount, but they certainly have it in their back pocket if they need to go to it. So discussion of how they may run the bunt coverage. And just a kind of refresher, also an opportunity to just change the momentum. We've said the word momentum so many times over our time down here in Conway, but it's such a game of streaks and runs, and you try to just avoid giving Coastal a chance to just keep it rolling. So Zayak off the back of the mound, catches his breath, regroups. Austin Knight's back in the dugout. Everybody's back in their spots. Zayak will go to work facing Ty Dooley.
Scoreless ball game, bottom 7 here. Runners first and second with 1 out for Ty Dooley, who's 0 for 1. Reached on a hit by pitch last time up. Zayak drops in a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1.
I tell you what, based off the Pirate defense, they must feel like Coastal bunts even less than I thought they did. But Colby Wallace still playing 2 or 3 steps behind the bag, showing no concern for a sack bunt here or any type of push.
Dooley lifts a fly ball and down the left field side. It goes out of play as Peltier watches it fly. It's 0-2.
I'll tell you one thing we haven't seen the Pirate defense do as aggressively today as they did yesterday, and that's shift. We saw these Coastal hitters on several instances really try to inside-out balls or whatever the case may be to beat the shift. Playing fairly traditional other than giving the line over third base. Dixon Williams holding the runner on, but he'll head back to short here shortly.
Zayak tries the outside, misses. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dooley. First and second here. Dooley, .417 hitter with runners in scoring position this year. .371 with runners on. Zayak looking for a big punch out. The 1-2. He pulls it foul on the ground down the first base side. It stays 1-2. Zayak up at 82 pitches to this point.
What an outing, by far the deepest he's been in the game in his Pirate career.
Yeah, previous high 4 1/3 at Elon in a midweek game against the Phoenix. The 1-2 pitch pops up. Dooley behind home. Barron takes the mask off to watch it fall and ricochet around into the stands. Count stays 1-2. So Zayak and Dooley starting to battle here at the plate.
Zayak taking his time getting back to the mound, lots of deep breaths, and listens to his communication device to get the pitch call from the dugout.
1-2 with 2 on and 1 out. Zayak comes home. Dooley lifts it into left field. Pretty deep. Peltier back onto the track. It's a foul ball. And yes, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Ty Dooley put it into that corner down there and just misses what would have been a back-breaking 3-run home run.
Yeah, not fouled by much, but as I'm watching the Coastal bullpen and they were kind of trying to beg it in, and quite honestly, as it exits the ballpark, it was hard to see fair foul, but I saw the reaction of all the guys in the pen, and you're right, it was a little sigh of relief.
Catch made over the rail down there in the corner by a fan. Count remains 1-2. Zayak comes set. The 1-2 pitch, grounder over to first. Irby goes to second for one, and no throw back from Williams. Runners on the corners with 2 outs now. And Zayak, they're trying to ask for runner interference.
Yeah, they're asking for interference. I honestly was not paying attention to it. I was looking at Irby making the relay throw. Coach Guy wanted to come out and have a conversation with the second base umpire to see if maybe he could talk him into it. I don't know if this is one of the 14 reviewable plays. Doesn't look like they're going to. Doesn't like they're going to move forward with it. So
Cliff goes back into the dugout there. And runners on the corners for Chad Bourne now with 2 down. As Williams, certainly the slide, that's what they teach you. Certainly the slide prevents Williams from being able to make the return throw back to first.
Yeah, we got to look at it here on the replay monitor up in the booth. And, he goes to the bag, not through the bag. Dixon was in the running lane, so clearly no interference in that situation, but certainly worth asking.
Bourne's 0 for 2. A pop out and a fly out to left. First pitch pops him up on the left side of the infield. Williams calls it off and makes the catch on the grass for a big out, number 3. Brad Zayak works around 2 base runners with 1 out and throws a 7th scoreless inning. We're going to the 8th. Tied ball game, ECU Coastal. And Braden Burris in the top of the Pirate order leads it off on the ECU Sports Network.
Medlin Chevrolet is your trusted Ayden dealership. Medlin Chevrolet has made their home in Ayden, serving Pitt, Lenore, and surrounding areas for 7 years. We're growing. Now under construction is our brand new service facility to serve you even better. Try our service department for your work trucks, fleet, and personal vehicles, and you'll be with us for life. Our staff are courteous, service-minded professionals that answer the phones themselves and walk you through your purchase or service journey. Find the perfect vehicle for your lifestyle today at Medlin Chevrolet, Monday through Saturday, Highway 11, Ayden.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Everybody loves Tiebreakers.
Through 7 innings of play, we're into the 8th of a scoreless ball game between the East Carolina Pirates and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. As Brad Zayak finished off a 7th scoreless inning, he worked around 2 runners with 1 out in the frame. A base hit and a walk put 2 on for Coastal, but they couldn't take advantage. Now in this one, 5 hits for ECU, 3 for Coastal, 6 left on for the Pirates. 5 left on for Coastal, as the scoring opportunities have been few and far between in this one.
So as we've said here this evening and just a few minutes ago, the Jody Jones, the SID for Coastal Carolina, came in and gave us our all-tournament ballots. And normally that's an indicator that this is the last game, or potentially the last game, right? That's why they do it. I refuse to fill this out.
Yeah.
Because I just don't believe it. And quite honestly, there is a pitcher category on here, actually a couple. I think we're watching 2 of the best pitcher performances that this regional has produced.
Absolutely. Burris barrels up the first pitch of the inning, but it's a fly out to Sykes in center field.
And that certainly is not intended to be a dig on Coastal or Jody Jones. That's what you should do in an event that's in a game that's a potential elimination game that could end the tournament. But I think we still have a long ways to go in a short period of time.
You ask me, Molly, we're We're playing a noon baseball game tomorrow.
I mean, let's see if Jack Herring can work his way on base right here to get it all started.
1 out, nobody on. Riley Eichhoff at 89 pitches through 7 1/3. He misses off the plate away. It's 1-0.
I will tell you, too, there's a lot of times when you have a guy like Eichhoff that's a nibble and bite guy, you have to have the right matchup with the umpire. And Van Raphorst has been very consistent, in my opinion, both ways, but he's not given that half a ball or even a ball off the plate. So it makes it very difficult on Riley Eichhoff to steal those pitches.
2-0 count for Jack as he missed low and in. He pitched a called strike, fastball on the outside, 2-1. Eichhoff at 92 pitches here, but to use your language there, Mully, he stayed ahead of schedule every inning except for one. Only that 5th inning where the Pirates loaded the bases, and he threw 23 pitches that frame. Pumps in another strike in at the knees. It's 2-2. All the more impressive that Bradley Zayak has matched him for 7 complete innings.
Yeah, Herring needs to do right here with this 2-strike approach, just like he did his last AB with only 1 strike, drive that ball back through the middle.
Takes the ball off the plate away. Fastball at 90 from Eichhoff. We're full, 3-2.
Keep it nice and short, just deliver the barrel. Not trying to do too much. Anything in play hard.
Looking to give the Pirates another late-inning base runner. The 3-2 misses off the plate away, and Herring works a 1-out walk. And now quickly comes to tell Dixon Williams, relaying the information, what he see from Eichhoff there, as Williams gets a 1-out, 1-on at bat here in the 8th inning. And Matt Williams, the pitching coach for Coastal, comes out of the dugout as Dominic Carbone, the lefty, continues to warm up in the bullpen.
Kind of an interesting conversation there with Jack and Dixon. I don't know if they have a suspicion that now, maybe he's going backwards in how he's going to attack you. But either way, that'll be the end of the night for Riley Eichhoff.
He goes 95 pitches in 7 1/3 innings. No runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, which is about almost half as many as he had all year coming into tonight, and struck out 5. Gets into the 8th, scoreless ball game, ECU and Coastal. Our first B&J Plumbing call to the bullpen today, believe it or not, and it's to Dominic Carbone, a lefty for Coastal Carolina, coming in to face Dixon Williams with 1 on and 1 out here in inning number 8. We'll step aside as Carbone comes in to warm up. Don't go anywhere. You're wearing a tight one here. You're listening to the ECU Sports Network.
This is attorney Tom Lamb with the Duderman Law Group. When life puts you in a full court press, you need a team that plays to win. As proud partners of ECU Athletics, our legal team will fight for your rights with the same passion you bring to Minges Coliseum. Whether it's an on-the-job injury, a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, or a VA or Social Security disability claim, we'll provide the home court advantage you need. For more information, Google Duderman Law Group, and go Pirates.
Getting back to your best starts with better orthopedic and sports medicine care at ECU Health.
I'm back on the court after my knee surgery. My legs are strong, and so is my game.
Here, you've got the support of an entire team of highly trained surgeons, backed by the most advanced technologies and robotic surgeries.
My surgeon and I made a plan for my hip replacement. Now, I'm back in the pool.
We're bringing our best so you can perform your best. Learn more at ecuhealth.org/ortho.
Our first B&J Plumbing call to the bullpen today on either side comes in the 8th inning of a scoreless game between East Carolina and Coastal Carolina. And the Chanticleers pull out Riley Eichhoff at 95 pitches after his 3rd walk of the game. Puts Herring on with 1 out for Dixon Williams. So they bring in the lefty, 5'10" sophomore Dominic Carbone onto the mound, who's got a 2.36 ERA in 23 appearances this year. 34 innings, 44 strikeouts to just 8 walks and a 2.31 average against him. So for the first time here, Coastal dips into that elite sleet of bullpen arms.
Yeah, Carbone is the epitome of a strikeout guy. Again, 44 strikeouts and only 34 1/3. So there's no question what he's in there to do. It's going to be hard in, which is where they've gone at Dixon. Obviously now left on left, it brings the breaking ball back in play so he can work both sides of the plate against a left-handed hitting Dixon Williams.
Pirates hit Matthew Potok well last night, though. Another one of the top relief arms for the Coastal Carolina as Carbone there struggling to hear his communication device to get the pitch. He's on the bump. Williams to the bat. 1 out, 1 on. Scoreless game. First pitch. Breaking ball called strike, 0-1. And he just had that one running away from the lefty Williams. They bring him in for this at-bat.
That pitch away to set up the pitch in. If they go back to the philosophy they've used the whole time, catcher set up down and away. Let's see what they do.
Williams, big swing as he tried to take the cover off the ball. It's 0-2.
Yeah, I think Dixon was thinking the way I was. They set him up, or maybe thought to have tried to set him up for the fastball in with the breaking ball away.
0-2 count, 1 out. Herring's at first. Scoreless game, top of the 8th. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He comes in and strikes out Dixon on 3 pitches for out number 2. And now we get a pinch hitter coming into the ball game. In place of Roger Vergara, it's Alex Boucher. Boy, right now, Mully, what a story that would be. Alex Boucher gets a clutch AB here in the 8th inning after the season that young man's had.
Yeah, not the season he would have liked to have had or scripted for himself for sure, but can make it all feel better right here if he could bang a ball in the gap, just stay on something and drive it hard.
The junior ODU transfer to the Pirates with 2 down, a runner at first in the 8th inning with 2 down. He takes a look at a called strike, fastball at 94, it's 0-1.
Pretty tough assignment to come off the bench, and it's been a while since you've been up there, and you get the assignment to face a guy like Dominic Carbone, who just has masterful stuff. I mean,
Boucher's got some pop, 6 home runs this season. He takes a big swing at a fastball, comes up empty. It's 0-2.
Chanticleer crowd has come to life now. Been a little bit quiet in this nothing ball game, but it's getting late and they can feel the heat.
Looking to avoid the strikeout is Boucher. The 0-2. He can't. He swings and misses through a 3rd straight fastball, and Carbone is fired up on the mound as Coastal allows a 1-out base runner, a walk to Herring. The Pirates get Riley Eichhoff out of the game, but it stays scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 8th, and Brad Zayak comes back out to the mound on the ECU Sports Network.
Jaggers is now open on Memorial Drive in front of Academy Sports. What sets Jaggers apart? Well, everything. And I mean everything is made from scratch. Burgers, chicken, and salads like you've never tasted. Shoestring fries, too. So what are you excited to try? Hey, it's a fun environment. You just have to see for yourself. And if you haven't been to Jaggers, come on by and taste it for yourself. Nothing is prepackaged. You're going to love Jaggers. Now open on Memorial Drive in front of Academy Sports.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Since 2006, the North Carolina Education Lottery has raised more than $11 billion for education. Last year, an average of $2.9 million per day. Your play raises money for education, and those dollars are helping students' dreams come true. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a scoreless ball game, East Carolina and Coastal Carolina. After the Pirates got a 1-out walk from Jack Herring, got Riley Eichhoff out of the game, but Dominic Carbone comes in and punches out Dixon Williams and Alex Boucher. Now Brad Zayak back to the hill, facing Wells Sykes, Caden Bodine, and Sebastian Alexander here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 7 scoreless for Zayak, just 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk to this point. Sykes is 1 for 2 so far tonight. Zayak gets a first pitch strike, fastball at the knees, 0-1.
I'll tell you what, there's no mistaking what the key to success is with pitching. Is getting ahead of guys, and Zayak has done a great job of that tonight. Even when he has fallen behind, they were purposeful pitches that just missed.
Line drive, base hit into center field. Second hit of the day for Sykes, and Coastal has a leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 8th. Came inside with a fastball, but Sykes back-to-back plate appearances with a hit.
Yeah, but just to kind of close that circle, his first pitches have all been competitive. They've all been for a reason. He's pitched off of them and had great success. And listen, you're going to give up hits. Only the 4th hit he's given up tonight. Unfortunately, it flips the lineup over and brings up Caden Bodine, the leadoff guy catcher, highly thought of pro prospect, with a runner on first base.
Nobody down, scoreless ball game. Bodine first pitch swinging, fly ball out to deep center field. Johnson near the track makes the catch for out number 1. Tagging is Sykes. Throw goes well over the head at second base. It's actually Zayak who backs up the throw.
Zayak's kind of all over the place. That throw in, that whole situation got a little bit panicky feeling, a little bit out of control. Obviously, the guy's tagging. He's a good runner. Probably not going to get him. But the throw kind of went into nobody, and Zayak and Irby over there at first base kind of got together to corral that one.
1 out, runner on second. Scoreless game, bottom of the 8th inning. And Sebastian Alexander is at the plate for Coastal Carolina. 1 for 3 tonight with a double back in the 4th inning. Zayak's first pitch comes up and in and doesn't hit him, but it gets off of Barron's glove, and Sykes heads over to third.
I thought for sure it hit him, but Walker Barron pursued the ball as though it had to. We'll take a look at it up in the booth. It kind of literally goes over the forearm guard, underneath the chin, and like a little void there, so it did not hit him, but gets the first run of the game over to third base.
90 feet away is the go-ahead run for Coastal. Zayak with a tall task here in order to try to keep it a scoreless ball game as Walker Barron jogs out to the dugout, or the mound. And this here, like we've seen similar in this tournament, this is kind of buying some time for the Pirates.
Yeah, I'll tell you what a tough situation if they do make a move here to go to Sean Jenkins, who threw 48 pitches yesterday. Looks like he's going to make his way to the fence out there in the bullpen.
It's like Cliff's just contemplating it there.
Talking to Coach Palumbo down there and trying to, hey, what do we do? I'm sure there's also some conversation about the potential of putting somebody on. You got one out. If you put them on, double play within the inning if you could turn it.
Here comes Cliff out of the ECU dugout.
I don't know that this is the normal trip. Well, yeah, the guys are coming out to beat him. I was going to say, I don't know that this is the normal Cliff Godwin trip to the mound, means an automatic move, but based on the fact that the players are coming out of the dugout, Cliff makes the call, and that will be the end of the day. What a great outing, unbelievable outing for Brad Zayak today. I don't think you could ask for anything more.
90 pitches in 7 1/3 scoreless innings. Leaves a runner at third, but only gives up 4 hits to this Coastal Carolina lineup and only walked 1 batter. And you talked about his command earlier on, and of those 90 pitches, only 25 were balls, as he throws more than 2/3 of his pitches for strikes tonight.
That is really impressive. And of those balls, again, I think a number of those were off of the pitch before it to set up the next pitch. They were purposeful. So a great outing by Bradley Zayak. He certainly answered the call. And, I mean, again, stealing innings, stealing a great outing from a place that you knew he could give you. It would be serviceable. You knew he could get you maybe into the 4th would have been the feeling going in, and he nearly doubles that. So, I mean, again, I don't know what else you could ask of the freshman. He came through in a really big way.
And now ECU brings in Sean Jenkins. The B&J Plumbing call to the bullpen turns to another freshman right-hander for the Pirates, who got the start against Coastal Carolina last night. Went 2 1/3, 1 run on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts. Went 36 pitches and comes back the next night here. So against the Coastal order, the 5 hits, but he only allowed the 1 run. Didn't pitch horrible. It was just that they needed to turn to Ethan Young when they pulled him out of the game.
Yeah, and I think I'd said so. 36 pitches is what he threw. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So less than 40 pitches, and it's just a matter of how effective are you on a short, on short rest and a quick turn, and it's one of those situations where you go with your best available, and this is who Coach Godwin and staff feel like is their best available. So this is where they're going.
Sean Jenkins, his 19th appearance on the year, just shy of 70 innings in his freshman season. 5.17 ERA, 4-4 record with 52 strikeouts to 20 walks. And he comes in with a tall task in front of him here, as Coastal Carolina has Wells Sykes 90 feet away at third with 1 out and a 1-0 count to Sebastian Alexander, a dangerous hitter, in the bottom of the 8th of a scoreless ball game here, where we've said throughout it feels like whoever blinks first will kind of be the one on the short end of the stick in this one.
Yeah, and I got a message from a dear friend just a little bit ago, and he alluded to the fact that this was a game that is kind of an old school Philly game, one that you feel like, especially in the college game, with the size of the guys, and they've grown bigger than the ballparks, and they're swinging highly engineered bats. It's just very rare. Matter of fact, I don't know the last time that I watched a college baseball game that was 0-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Really?
I can't. I can't remember it. It just is such a rarity.
Just all the more to applaud Brad Zayak and Riley Eichhoff both
Absolutely.
For what they put forth on the mound here tonight. Regardless of what happens over the next inning or 2 or extra innings, those 2 young men really put it all out there.
Yep.
Infield's in. Alexander at the plate, the 1-0. Jenkins gets a called strike, goes off speed. It's 1-1.
Yeah, comes in, opens up with the breaking ball again. Look, this is kind of a double-edged sword. The Chanticleers have seen him, but he also has seen them in the box, so there should be a little less intimidation for him.
1-1. Alexander drives it out to center, deep enough to score the run. Johnson makes the catch on the track, but Sykes comes in to score as Riley doesn't even throw it in. 1-0 Coastal Carolina in the bottom of the 8th. And it feels like the home crowd lets out about 8 innings worth of pent-up celebration.
Yep. And, again, when you're facing a guy like Carbone that the Pirates have to come back against, who had 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work, it's an uphill battle. It can obviously be done. You got 2 outs, stay focused on getting Barthol out, and then come in and give it your best offensive effort.
Barthol with 2 down, nobody on. 1-0 game now. Jenkins puts a strike over, off-speed breaking ball. It's 0-1. And really, if you're Jenkins, you come in and do what you needed to do. Just, you're kind of dealt an impossible hand there coming into the ball game. The 0-1. Fouled off by Barthol. It's 0-2. Well, in the 9th inning, Pirates have Riley Johnson, Colby Wallace, and Austin Irby due up at the plate. And all this to say, only trailing by 1 run.
That's right.
1 swing of the bat ties it up and sends us to the bottom of the 9th.
You just need to get to the 9th in that situation.
0-2. Barthol fouls back a fastball. Stays 0-2. .92 from Sean Jenkins on the heater. The first arm out of the pen replacing Brad Zayak. Gave the Pirates 7 1/3 innings in the start. Looking for his pitch. He's got it now. He's in the windup. The 0-2 misses in the dirt in the other batter's box. It's 1-2. Barthol's 0 for 3, strikeout, and a pair of flyouts. Coastal leads now 1-0. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play over the third base dugout. It stays a 1-2 count. Just 4 hits in the ball game for Coastal to score that 1 run. 5 for the Pirates this evening. The 1-2 pitch bounces in, hits the grass before it catches Barron in the chest. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jenkins just needs to get Barthol out here, give the Pirates a shot at the plate. Couple of arms warming up down in the bullpen if needed is Nick Moran and Gabe Beschloss, 2 left-handers. Line drive into right center field. That's down for a hit. Johnson cuts it off. It's a 2-out, 2-strike single for Blake Barthol.
Yeah, Barthol actually, pretty good at bat there, and Sean Jenkins just throws him one that's just a little too good. And, I was watching that ball head out in the right field, and I'm like, are we going to see one more Riley Johnson diving catch? I just have the expectation every time the ball goes up and goes out that way, there's a chance of it. But
now here's Walker Mitchell with 2 down, a runner at first. 1-0 Coastal lead. And if you're ECU here, you got to avoid what happened last night, too, where you fell behind and then the wheels kind of fell off late in the ball game. Jenkins' first pitch fastball misses low. It's 1-0.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you can't do. You can't get in the mode of wishing it over if you're Jenkins. You can't get in the mode of hoping they just hit it at somebody. You have to compete your way through this because obviously this Chanticleer lineup would love to put up another couple runs on you.
The 1-0 gets him to chase. Good breaker, low and away. It's 1-1.
Yeah, quality pitch there.
Mitchell's 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 7th. A couple of groundouts before that. Both teams now at 5 hits apiece after Barthol's single. 2 outs, 1 on. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded left side. Williams stops it, throws to second. Close play, and he's out. Burris held on to the bag with his foot as he makes the catch falling to the ground.
Yeah, the biggest part of that play, Dixon Williams doing a great job to get to it. But Braden Burris having to turn himself into a first baseman and literally goes full layout, keeps his foot on the bag, and catches that ball as he's falling to the ground. So great play there to keep it at 1-0. Headed to the top half of the 9th inning where the Pirates have a chance to tie this thing up or take the lead.
Riley Johnson leading it off. You're listening to the ECU Sports Network.
All right, folks, we're back. Bob just shared his Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina member ID card at his appointment, and looks like they're double-checking that he's covered.
Well, you can be sure he is, Jim. Blue Cross North Carolina has an extensive network of providers, so they've got him covered better than a lockdown corner.
Yep, that's why they're the most preferred health insurer in North Carolina. Okay, they're back with his member ID card, and he's good. Go with Blue Cross North Carolina. Visit BlueCrossNC.com for more information on health, vision, and dental coverage.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you're buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
To the 9th inning we go. Coastal Carolina 1, East Carolina 0. And it's Dominic Carbone back on the mound for the Chanticleers, facing Riley Johnson, Colby Wallace, and Austin Irby due up this half inning as the Pirates trail by just 1 run. So just one swing of the bat gets us into the bottom of the 9th inning. ECU with quality bats at the plate as well here with a chance to make a comeback.
Yeah, we're still looking for that Riley Johnson magic that we talked about earlier. He talked his way back into the lineup after an early scratch. Just hard to imagine that we could try to lay one down there. We could be watching his last at bat unless they can make the magic happen here. Only chasing 1, so it certainly is not unsurmountable.
Yeah, tried to drop a drag bunt there with the first pitch. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, handcuffs and blooper. And Alexander with good speed makes the catch out there in left for out number 1.
Yeah, I thought for a second, as you probably heard me say kind of halfway under my breath, I thought that might get down for him. But Alexander, good left fielder, good runner, and, his routes don't have to be perfect. He's got recovery speed, kind of like you think about a defensive back in NFL. He can really run out there.
Well, and as you said, hopefully not, but potentially could have seen Riley Johnson's final at-bat as a Pirate right there. 1 out, nobody on. Colby Wallace to the plate, trailing by a run. Off the bend of the bat, grounder to second. Barthol throws him out at first for out number 2. And now the Pirates are down to their final out, and it's the scorching hot hitter at the plate, Austin Irby, the freshman.
Something interesting there. Irby pointed at Coach Godwin and said, come talk to me. He wanted this conference. I mean, literally, I watched him do it coming out of the dugout. And I think this is probably Irby just wanting to slow the moment down himself, maybe needing a little help to do it. He's had such a regional. I mean, just looking at the stats, we do have the all-regional the regional stats in front of us. Austin Irby, for the regional, has hit .625. He's had 10 hits, scored 8 runs, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 7 runs driven in. Slugging percentage, Dylan, 1.313. Yeah, that's getting it done. So, what a big moment for the young guy.
Down a run, 2 outs in the 9th.
The camera phones or the cameras on the phones are out. And
fastball for a strike, 0-1. And Carbone is he's just coming in with his best stuff out in the pen.
Yeah, that's his deal. Just comes right at you. Tough part of the lineup to have gotten the left-handers.
The 0-1. Big swing from Irby. Can't catch up to the heater. It's 0-2. Down to their final strike here, potentially. Can Irby extend the Pirate season just a little bit longer here? The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Carbone strikes him out, and that does it. Coastal Carolina beats the Pirates 1-0 and just outlast the Pirates in a pitcher's duel here in the regional final of the Conway Regional. And they dogpile as they make their way into the Super Regional, awaiting the winner of the Auburn Regional. But the Pirates season comes to an end in 2025. The House Money Pirates made an absolutely admirable run here in the postseason just to make it here.
Yeah, no, House Money, they pushed it all in the middle. They played until the pot went out, and I'm going to tell you, man, they were one of the final chairs left. They played the game as hard as you could play it over the last 4 days. The fact that they bounced back today, had the performance they did after the way the game ended last night from the 6th inning on is remarkable. These Pirates have absolutely nothing to hang their head about. We're talking about a 1-0 ball game. Both teams having 5 hits. Bradley Zayak, what a job he did. There's not enough accolades to give him for the job that he did tonight. And that goes back into the first game with the start by Lance Williams and then the relief outing by Jake Hunter and the tournament that Austin Irby had. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So this team literally got everything out of it that they could possibly get. Short in the bullpen, short on options off the bench as far as hitters and different, there weren't a ton of changes that could be made. The offensive lineup didn't offer that flexibility. So I think they got all of it out of what they had roster-wise, talent-wise. Heck of a run, and, man, it was exciting to watch.
To your point, that's how close it is in baseball sometimes. A 1-0 loss here, you go back to last night, you take a 5-4 lead into the 7th inning with Coastal Carolina. So the Pirates played them 5 times this year. 4 out of those 5, they had more than a puncher's chance to win.
Yeah, no, they've been right there. Man, this is a really good ball team. And I want to take a second so everybody at home and that's listening realizes Coastal